What's up? What's up? Everybody, let me know if this microphone's coming in clear, if it's coming in too much, if it's too choppy. Let me know before we get started. This is gonna be a good live stream today. We gonna have some fun. What up, Big Vic? My man. Hey, Lori, are you still in the building? Lori's like ready in 23 minutes. I'm actually ready a little early today. What up, Big Vic? My man. On then yesterday, Jamil, he did something pretty cool yesterday. Well, it was yesterday because that's when the live stream when we did it from the actual hum meeting, he did a roll call and he was like, man, hey, everybody state what city you from, what city, what state, what country. And I mean, everybody was dropping. What's up, Marzell? My man. Yeah, he was there yesterday too. Board AZ, what's good? Man. Yeah, like I said, this is gonna be a pretty good live stream today, man. Like I said, like I titled, I'm gonna check something out before we get started. I want to make sure, we got that lift stock up there. Oh yeah, lift stock is in the building. Let me open this up some because I think it's gonna do exactly what we said it was gonna do. Let me kind of there we go right there. So before we get started, say what's going on, Jeff, Texas? What's good? What's good? Uber and Lyft stealing like crazy here in Westchester. Oh yeah, man, they out there doing something. They doing damage right now. I'm gonna pull up this lift stock. Remember how we said it was gonna drop all the way down and start working its way back up to $12? It got up to the high. It got up to was 11.55. So it dropped all the way down to 9.92. Close to it was almost $9. It was actually dropped down to $9, and it's building back up to $12 again. Like I said, anybody who bid on that and say, you know what, let's short it all the way down and then buy it back up. Like I said, this is a $12 stock all day, $12 stock. And they made sure they tanked it so they can bring it up to 12 so they can make that money. They had to make money on the way down, make money on the way up. So they made 3 down, 3 up, that's 6. They lost 5. So they're up +1 right now. From that whole debacle they dealt with, if they can make it back to $12, they're up 1. They're up 1. What up, Greg? What's good? Because I thought they'd be down 1. I said they're going to drop 2. I said they're going to go from 12 down to 10, 10 back up to 12. That makes it a 4. And they were down 5 already, so they're going to be down 1. They actually dropped 3. They went all the way down 3, back up 3 to make 6. And I'm like, oh, so they're up 1 right now. Man, I'm telling you. What up, Jesse? My brother, what's good? It's like, quick question for everyone on here. Does anyone on here not have Dunning-Kruger effect? What is that? What is Dunning-Kruger effect? Is that where you're smart, but you don't have common sense or something like that? Man. Yeah, but Lyft, like you can see, I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow when the stock starts dropping, when it starts picking up tomorrow. Because like I said, over the weekend, they didn't do anything. They closed at 11.22. Now, this is the previous 5 days. They were as low, like I said, as 9.58. 9.58, they dropped down too. So they've been climbing up for the past 5 days, climbing up, trying to make that money back for people who bought stock down low, and now it's starting to climb back up. So, man, yeah. This is, man, I was laughing so hard at the African-American chicken comment last week. Yeah, man. I was like, dude, I ain't never heard of a black chicken. What the hell? That shit was funny as hell, man. That was funny. Just had random back checks on both apps. Been flipping too many rides. Oh, yeah. Oh, they going to get you, man. They going to get you. When you start doing that, oh, yeah. They got me a couple of times, man. They saw, and I was back into it last night. Like I said, I dropped something in the membership room because last night I went out last night. I was out for probably about 2.5, 3 hours. So about 3 hours total last night. And I made close to about $200. But it took me to actually convert rides. I had to convert rides to get there because they were throwing out nothing but trash. And it was raining. It was raining. What up, Marvin? It was raining last night and they was throwing out $11 rides, charging people $30, paying us $11. So that's why, when the title of this live stream is, are you ready? Are the app slowly getting rid of smart drivers? Are you guys ready? And I think what they did is, Bornazes, I did my first cash ride yesterday. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. You got to start at some point. So I'm glad you're getting started. And this is what this is about, man. They're getting rid of smart drivers. What they want is drivers out there with high ARs willing to take anything. And those are the drivers they've been sending rides to. And they've been sending high profit rides to them. So what they do is they say, hey, this rider paid $60. and this driver's willing to take 20. That's $40 mark. If they send it to me, they know already, hey, this rider paid 60. If Jeff finds out this driver paid 60, he's going to come in and counteroffer for $50, and we ain't going to get nothing out of the deal. So we got to pay Jeff more. If we don't pay Jeff his worth, he's going to make a counteroffer. They're seeing a lot of drivers do that right now. A lot of drivers are making counteroffers. A lot of drivers are letting riders know, and riders are cool with it. Both people I converted yesterday, both of them was like, oh shit, deal. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Let's do that. And it's like, if you're not talking to these riders out there, you're not really doing this business how it should be done. You're a contractor, not an employee. These apps don't have a right to fix the prices, and you have to deal with the prices they fix. Both the apps are in cahoots with each other. They're ironically paying the same wage on both apps. Each app keeps drivers at a certain per hour rate. That's price fixing. It's like you don't make more if you go to Uber. You don't make more if you go to Lyft. Because you might make more on Uber today. You might make more on Lyft tomorrow. But after about a 2-week period, you're about the same on both apps. After 2 weeks of driving, you're exactly at the same amount on both apps. You're like, man, this is crazy. How can I not break, a certain, because they're in cahoots with each other, man. Yeah, he's discriminating. Made 57 a day, converted 2 riders. Progress, not perfection. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. This is after you posted the surge in the river, I got 92% of passenger fares. Because they see what's going on out there. They see what's going on. They're like, we've been playing games with these people. They finna come get us. 100% last night. Converted 80 miles for $250. Oh, yeah. 80 miles, 250. And that's funny because Chris D sent me a ride today. Christy sent me a ride. It showed her going about over 2 hours. It was like 200 miles or 2 hours, something weird. And they were only offering like $83 for that ride. $83. I was like, man, I would have got 250 for that. Forget that. And like you said, your man did it anyways. 80 miles, 250. Because you know that they was charging those people about $300. Because if they charge $4 a mile for 80 miles, that's $320 they probably charging. So he gave them a $70 discount for saying, okay, 250. And the more you give people discounts and the more we keep our cars up, the more we maintain our cars, the more we can stay in business. We're the actual people that serve the communities, man. We serve the communities. These apps don't serve the community. They claim, oh, we're a service. You're technology. You're the video game. The real drivers out there with the actual cars with rubber tires, those are the people doing the service. The engineers are nothing but people who playing video games. And I was talking to Jamil about that today. The engineers, all these engineers out there, yep, they charge them $300. I'm telling you, man, they're charging about $4 a mile. They trying to get people like that. But I was talking to Jamil today, and I said the reason why a lot of these apps, and I hope the people from Hum listening to this. If you're at work, if you're Anthony, Chris, Garrett, if you're out there listening, Anna, you got to hear this part because this is important. What these apps are doing is these engineers are making $125,000, $175,000. Engineers want to get paid like that. Ironically, drivers want to be paid like that too. Every driver wants to be a $2,000 a week driver. Every driver wants to make, $3,000 a week. Every driver wants to be paid with these engineers who got college degrees and experience doing it. And these engineers are like, you guys are not equal to us. What up, King James? Says you're not equal to us. So we're not going to let you make what we're making as engineers. You're trying to make $125,000, but it's funny because our 1099 says that we earn that much. Our 1099s are saying $125,000, $136,000, but really we're only taking home $40,000, $50,000. So these engineers at these apps are saying there's no way we're going to let people who are grossly, for the most part, a lot of them uneducated, probably don't want to hold a W-2 down because they don't know how to take instruction and they're scared they get fired or whatever. A lot of drivers are like that. There's not many drivers like the ones that we have on this channel. And I'll tell you that shit for real because I see what's out there. I'm in these streets. I'm not just on the internet. I'm in these streets. I see what's pumping gas in cars. I see what's walking in and out of Circle K and Quick Trip. I see who's got Uber and Lyft lights in their windows. These is busted, broken down cars, dusty, dirty ass drivers out there who thinking they worth $100,000. Most of them don't even get out the car to get luggage out the car. Most of them just hit a button and sit in the car. And it's like, yeah, I'm worth $100,000. All you doing is hitting a button. You ain't even dressing for the job. You got mustard and shit on your shirt. You're walking around in sandals. You ain't showered in 3 days. You think you worth $125,000? Drivers on this channel, we do ride service. We walk around with clean clothes on. We got a good supply of hats to wear. We got 4 and 5 different pairs of shoes to wear. We wash our cars. We vacuum them every day. We got incense, smell fresh scents all in our cars. The drivers on this channel, I believe, are really $100,000 a year drivers, which is why I believe when you go get your own clients, your clients will make sure you're making $100,000. Your clients are going to take care of you. Your clients are going to be like, wait a minute. The app is trying to charge me 75. I give you 60. You making $100 an hour doing it this way. You making $100,000 doing it this way, and you working lower hours, driving less miles. Because why are these people giving money to the engineers at the apps with the $175,000 salaries? Why are they giving them money? Because the engineers are like, you dirty ass people don't deserve the money. Y'all don't even take showers. Y'all cars are broken down. You got bald tires. And there's a reason why people are like that. We don't have enough money to keep paying for tires. Jamil just showed the other day he paid $14.71 for a set of tires. $14.71. Oh yeah, I remember that. $14.71 for a set of tires. Jamil does a lot of private rides. That's why he can afford tires. If he only did rideshare, he wouldn't be able to afford that. He does ride service. So he can go out and get a new set of 22s, put on that Aviator. If all you're doing is rideshare, these people are not going to pay you, because the way they're looking at you, what up, Lisa? The way they're looking at you, what up, Neil? They're looking at you like there's no way we're going to give you $100,000 a year. So you're on our level of income. You're not taking home no $100,000 a year. We'll say you got $100,000 a year in fares, but we're going to take 50 to 60% of that to make sure you're only getting $40,000 take home. That's what you're getting, 40 grand take home. You're $40,000, having to put gas in your car, having to fix your own car, having to pay for your own insurance. That's what we're going to call you, a $40,000 a year driver, but yet you're taking $100,000 worth of fares and we sticking out on your 1099. And like I said, I hope Hummer's listening to this, because we understand what's going on out there in the rideshare industry. It's dying. Riders are hip to the games now because the apps got greedy. Over the last couple of years, the apps got greedy. Riders have woken up to the point of elasticity that they was getting pushed to, and everybody's at that point of ingenuity now. Everybody's doing cash rides now. Even riders are asking. Where's my phone? Last night. So I'm doing this ride last night. And let me see if I got, screenshot in here. Here we go. Where is this at? So last night, this person texted me up, and now this is what they text me. I ain't gonna tell you which app it was on. You could tell just by looking at the screen, though. He texted me. As soon as I accepted the ride, it was for $11. The ride was for $11. It was for 2 miles, 3 miles, 3 miles for $11. Dude said, can you pick up 7? I'll tip you good. He said, he texted me, can you pick up 7? I said, okay. That's all I texted him back. Okay. He said, thank you, sir. I said, all good. $11, 7 people, 3 miles. That's all I texted him was, okay, all good. That's what I was saying. You can't hardly see it like that because the phone is too bright. But anyways, I knew not to text him through that app what I was really going to do when I pulled up. Because I knew when he said, can you pick up 7? There's not a lot of big ass trucks out there can take 7. Not a lot of trucks. And Uber and Lyft knows this. That was on Uber. Uber sent me that as a comfort. They didn't send me as a double XL. They sent me that as a comfort. So it should have been a double XL because it's 7 passengers. $11, 7 people, 3 miles. They charge these people $32 for that ride. So I roll up. Of course, I tell him right off the bat, hey, man, I could take 7. You ain't even got to worry about tipping me, man. This is what we going to do. He was like, oh, shit, deal. I said, $25. He's deal. Let's go. He says, man, that's even saving us money anyway. I said, exactly. Because I know what these apps are trying. It's raining right now in Scottsdale. The clubs are letting out. $11 for 3 miles. Y'all ain't even giving me just over $3 a mile right now. But they're charging people for 3 miles, $10 a mile. They're charging them $32. They're charging $10 a mile, giving me about $3 a mile. Dude paid $32 to go 3 miles, and they're giving me $11. I told him 25. He was like, cool. Because I knew If I would have talked to him through the app, Uber would have probably tried to kick the ride out and said, no, Jeff does have space for 7, and he's talking about converting the ride when he gets there. All I said was, okay. He said, I'll tip you in the app real good. I said, all good. Don't worry about it. All good. Because I know what I'm going to say when I've already got my pitch down. I already got my pitch down when I'm pulling up. But this is how you make the money out there. These engineers are not going to pay you. They're charging these people $10 a mile, paying you $3 a mile. That $7 a mile is money in their pocket for a service they're not doing. They're selling us like slaves out there. Oh, we got somebody for you. Oh, you ain't selling me for $10 a mile, giving me $3 a mile. You're not doing me like that. You're not going to do me like that. Because I already know the game. For people in the membership group today, I dropped something in and to show them how the game really works. We're starting to use different ways. Like I said, I'm going to eventually bring that video out to the main group, but I just want everybody in the membership group to kind of use that for about a good week. Use it for a week and then let me know. Use it for a week and let me know how that goes out, because we're going to have a big debate about it on the main channel. I don't want to talk about it on the main channel yet. We'll talk about it on the main channel once we go out and we see exactly how this is going. So what I talked about in the membership group, let's do it for a week, reconvene next week, and we'll say how close we came to the method that we're using, that we're doing in the membership. Because like I said, that membership group is a close net. It's a small net of people. And I want people in that group to understand how important I think you guys are to be in that group, why I put things in that group first without bringing things out to the big group yet. I put it in there for a reason, because there's things that we take this shit seriously. If you subscribe to this channel, you got a membership to this channel, you taking this shit seriously. So I'm bringing you serious information that's going to put money in your pocket. Engineers are not going to put money in your pocket. Engineers are taking money out of your pocket. They don't think none of us are worth $100,000 a year. None of us. Yeah, all right, go get ready for work. All right, Miss Abby, get out there and get that money. Thank you, Lisa. And I'm telling you, man, if we're going to call ourselves $100,000 a year driving, and I told you, I'm only trying to drive 30,000 miles a year. That's it. If I could drive 30,000 miles a year, average $3-4 a mile, that's anywhere from 90,000 to 120,000 miles a year. Dollars a year. 90,000 to $120,000 a year. That's it. You got people out there driving 30,000 miles making $30,000. 30,000 miles making $15,000 because they're doing 50 cent a mile rides. I'm trying to drive 30,000 miles to make 100,000. It's discipline. It's not taking the shit rides. It's sitting there going, nah, because I'm kicking out rides like crazy. I'm kicking them out like crazy last night. I'm like, nah. Man, I'll take that. That's $1.11 a mile, man. No. Because if I take that at $1.11, I'm converting that to $2, $3 a mile. I'm converting that when I pull up. So don't tell me to take something at that rate. If I take it and I don't like it, forget that. I'm converting it right on the spot. Oh, yeah, 2 rides in Baltimore. You got to, Jesse, man. You got to, brother. You got to. Because rideshare, the way we knew it, the way it used to exist has changed now because the apps have made it that way. They are so focused on getting a profit, so focused on making the shareholders right, so focused on getting, their stock options all paid up and getting all their engineers paid up. They forgot about the people that's really out here doing the work. They forgot about us. So don't forget about you. When you out working, making this money, don't forget about you. Know how much you worth. You know your worth. They know how much you worth, and they're charging people what they think you worth. They're charging people $10 a mile because that's what they think you worth. Oh, yeah, we'll have Jeff come pick you up. We'll pay him on comfort. We'll give him $11 for 3 miles. We'll pay him on comfort. Even though you got 7 people and should be double XL, we're going to pay him on comfort like it's 2 or 3 people in the car leaving the club. I pull up, it's 7 people, and I'm happy because I know I got one of the only trucks on the block right now that can take 7. Few could take 6. Some could take 5. It's only like 2 or 3 of us out there that could take 7. It was 2 or 3 of us last night in the area that could take 7. So I'm happy. I'm like, okay, this is what we're going to do. Cancel. He said, Zelle works. Here's my card. He got my number off the card. Bam, bam, bam. I got $8 a mile. I went from making $3 a mile to $8 a mile that fast. If this is how you want to make money, this channel is the way that is going to be. Exactly. They not like us. A lot of channels got fear in their heart. We was in the rain last night, driving in the rain. It was storming and everything. You think I was scared? Hell no. I was making money. I was doing black SUV rides. I was converting rides left and right. One ride came around. Dude was like, him and his girls was getting in the car and everything. And I was like, all right, this is what we're going to do, man. I said, because they trying to play me right now. They trying to give me $19 for this ride. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll do it for 40. Bro's like, hey, that's a deal, man. Because I knew how much they were charging. I'm sitting there like, they trying to give me $19. These dudes paid about $52 for this ride, and I'm getting 19 out of the 52. I said, do it for 40. Dude says, what's your Zelle? What's your Zelle? Here we go. If we gonna go out here making this money, let's do it. I ain't scared. I ain't gonna be sitting in no car. Oh no, man. I don't got commercial insurance. I can't convert. I gotta do what the app tells me to do. You gonna wreck your car in the rain. By the time I wreck, after 35 years of this, by the time I wreck, I'm gonna have enough money in the bank to say, you know what, I can pay my deductible. I'm not worried about it. I can get that little fender fixed. I'm not worried about it. I can get my window fixed. I can get my bumper fixed. I'm not worried about it. But if you ain't got no profits, how you gonna fix your car? People so worried about insurance, you ain't sitting on $2,500, $1,500, $5,000. You ain't even sitting on that. So insurance don't got you covered up to that point. You don't got the initial $2,500, and you talking about stay on the apps because it's safer. You ain't got the initial $2,500. So if you're gonna sit up there and say I'm gonna do it on the apps, you ain't got no capital. You driving around broke. You wreck your car. Uber and Lyft gonna be like, okay, give us the money up front. Because the first thing they're going to do is run to your insurance company and say, hey, we're going to use the insurance first to cover it, and we'll cover what the rest is. And hopefully you got gap on the back end. In the meantime, you sitting on for 4 months with a wrecked car. I did it on the app. Yeah. And look at you now. Yeah. When you decide to drive in the rain, you need to get paid what you're worth. Don't be scared of these ragged. Exactly. Man, we done drove in snow, sleet, rain, ice. This ain't nothing but rain. So how do you drive in the rain? You keep hydroplaning in head. That's it. Keep hydroplaning in your mind at all times. Because you're going to be driving down the road. It's going to look nice and even. Looks like a little puddle. You don't know how deep that is. Slow down a little bit. Because if you're going to go out there and be like, oh, I'm going to drive like it's normal. I'm going to get these people to and from. That's where you hydroplane. Last night I saw a big SUV. Big old black Suburban. We both driving. We turn the corner. We go slow. It's right on Scottsdale Road. It's water all the way across the street. So when water is that far, you know the street is very uneven. All I see is his headlights go. He was flying down the street. I'm just going normal. I'm like, nope, let me go slow for a little bit. Because it's too smooth out there. It's like still water. I know the people in this truck were scared as shit. They was probably like, man, we almost slid off the road. He was flying. He was going too fast, man. Yeah, hope them tires ain't stuck. Exactly. Hey, you got to get them new tires put on. $1,400 for my man Jamil. $1,400. So not just $2,500, but the time to get it fixed. Yeah, because James, you got it right. Because if you ain't got the $2,500, plus you ain't got money for rent, groceries, light bill, cell phones, you ain't got money for all of that. You screwed. Because how you gonna work when your car getting fixed? That's how they get you in the rental trap. You could just rent a car from us. Now you paying the note on your car, the insurance on your car, insurance on the rental car, the note on the rental car, and you still trying to get a little bit out of it somehow. You still trying to squeeze a little bit of that money out of there. You got to know what you're doing in these streets, man. The industry has changed. And if your mind ain't changing with this industry, you're going to get stuck. There's a lot of people who think they're going to be rideshare drivers for the next 10 years. They really believe that. They taking out car loans right now, driving on the apps, getting paid 70 cents a mile. I'm going to pay this car off. How? You driving 80 hours a week? You got so many miles on these cars, you can't even trade this car in if you wanted to. You go to a dealership, they're going to make you come up with 10 G's just to trade it in. You got 10 G's for the negative equity. This shit got high miles on it, man. So if you're going to go out there and you're going to work according to the way the apps are set up now, they used to not be set up like this. I can go through my phone and pull up all the money I made last year, all the money I made the year before that, money I made the year. I got so many screenshots in there. 24 hours of driving, $1,400, 24 hours of driving now. It take me like what? Almost 2 weeks to get 24 total hours of driving. They might give me 4 or 5 good hours. But see, now I'm doing 4 or 5 good hours with a lot of cash rides blended in there. And for the 4 or 5 hours I drive on the apps, I'm getting $80 to $100 on the app. Because if it ain't $80 to $100 on the app, guess what? Convert it, because I'm not doing no $30, $35 an hour on the apps. No, convert it, because the apps are charging these people $90 to $150 an hour, $90 to $150 an hour to use you in your car, giving you 35 of that. Nah, forget that. Nope, not even happening, man. They don't get played, share. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, if it's illegal to get deported, cash conversions will be so easy. Yeah. And this is why the game has changed, because the way that they've got the market so saturated right now, the market is super saturated to the point where if you even want to go out and make money, just open the Rider app and see all the cars in your area. We used to go out and make so much money, and it used to not be that many cars. I would open the app, probably see about 7 cars in my region, maybe 7. And I'm in Phoenix, maybe 7. You open it now, it's like 30, 40 cars in the same area, 30, 40 cars plucking trash rides. Like I said, pigeons and popcorn. Me, I see a ride come through. Oh, Uber already know I'm not going to mess with it. They know, Lyft know I'm not going to mess with Lyft. They're going to be like, oh, hold up for a second. That dude. Oh, yeah, he convert a lot. Yeah. Well, let's give him trash rides. Give him $3 rides. Like they was trying to play me last night with that $11 ride. Leaving the clubs, $11. They thought, let's give him $11 ride. Leaving the club, give him 11. I turned that shit to 25 for 3 miles. Like I said, you can keep dangling pork chops in front of a pit bull if you want to. Give me a $19 ride. Here's a $19 ride. Give him a $19 ride leaving the club. Turn it to a $40 Zelle. Keep dangling them pork chops in front of a pit bull. Trust me. As low as they go with these rides, they keep going lower and lower, thinking we're going to take this money. Oh, I'll take it, but I'm taking it straight from the rider. I'm not going through y'all. Lyft CEO is refusing to be interviewed by the rideshare guy. Well, the thing is, they don't want to be interviewed because they know where they're at right now. They know they're in a shitty place right now. They're overcharging riders, underpaying drivers on purpose because their plan is to get rid of drivers. Why do you think there's so many illegals on the apps right now? Why do you think there's so many immigrants driving for us right now? Because they'll take lower pay for what we're demanding higher pay for. We're talking about forming unions and getting better pay and doing all of this stuff. And they're like, no, we're anti-union. We don't want people to get better pay. We don't. In Minnesota, they didn't want to pay them people $15 an hour. They don't want to pay them people $15 an hour. We out here making $80 to $100 an hour. They didn't want to pay these people $15 an hour. At $15 an hour, you got to work 10 hours to make $150. 10 to make $150. I can make $150 in 2 rides and be done. 2 rides and be done. That's because why am I letting a rider get gouged by the apps? And then I'm being underpaid. They're getting gouged and I'm being underpaid. And we're allowing that as contractors, as business people who are actually in touch with the public. We're not the apps. The engineers don't talk to nobody. The engineers don't talk to no riders. The engineers don't talk to no drivers. They set code. They play video games with people. And at the end of the video game, they go, oh man, look, I hit the high score today. I got this driver right here to be paid as low as $19 an hour on average. And I made $70 an hour off of him. And like I said, I hope Hum is listening. The reason why these people don't think we're $100,000 a year drivers is because the way we carry ourselves. A lot of us don't carry ourselves like $100,000 a year drivers. We don't dress the part. We don't shower enough. We don't clean the cars up enough. I'm going to call it what it is because it needs to be said. I'm not one of them scary ass people that's going to sit around pretending the industry is not going downhill. I listen to riders. Man, your car smells amazing. Man, your car is clean. Man, the last car we was in, oh my God, we almost got out after 2 blocks. I listen to people. So I'm going to call it what it is. This is what the industry is. We ain't going to act like the industry is going up. It's not. It's going down. And all these engineers, all these apps know they're having drivers on these apps who heard from looking at YouTube and looking at TikTok. They heard you can make good money. Just drive. Accept rides, have a high AR, get 100% AR. You ain't got to shave. You ain't got to shower. You ain't even got to get out of the car. Just hit the button, pop the trunk, make them load their own shit, make them open their own door. And in the meantime, you're going to make $100,000, 2 racks a week. You talking about ride share bullshit. We talking about ride service. Why do you think people be like, bro, when I let these girls, when they gave me money to get in, I get out the car, I open the doors and shit for them. I make sure I hit the button, pop the button up. When my clients book with me, already got bottled waters, ice cold bottled waters already in the car already. This is ride service. This is ride service. But when you teaching people, you can make $2,000. It's all based on the clock and how much you accept. Just accept at 6 o'clock in the morning, turn your app on, turn it off at 6 in the night. You just did 12 hours. You maxed out your hours. You don't think the apps are looking at like, man, look at these dirty, rotten body ass people riding around in their cars for 12 hours a day, smelling like nuts. It's like, man, you wearing sandals, feet ain't been washed in 3 days, socks dirty, gray. They supposed to be white socks. You got on gray socks and shit riding around. Talking about 2 racks a week. It's like, come on, man. If we gonna do ride service and we do it, the industry is going downhill. That's why they're getting rid of people. Customers are complaining. I've been a 5-star on Uber the whole time, 4.99 on Lyft the whole time. You know why? I got what, 7,500 rides on Uber, and I don't even do this shit. I'm a part-time driver. 7,500 rides on Uber, about 5,700. So I got about almost 13,000 rides under my belt, about 1,000 deliveries under my belt. That's not counting any of my private rides. That's not counting a single 13,000, over almost 15,000 rides on the apps alone, not counting any of my private rides that I've been doing. And I've been doing private rides since I had the Jeep back in 2019. So if I'm doing that many rides and I'm still at a 5-star, still at a 4.99, that means either somebody ain't complaining or these apps are bullshitting me. One of the two. But what they gonna complain about? Our driver smells like cologne. He smells clean. His car is vacuumed out. It smells like, black ice, whatever the kind of fucking trees I put in there. His car is clean. I mean, the wheels are armor all. It is not. I'm like, why? I don't get 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. No. There's so many drivers out there. So many drivers out there getting these low ass ratings because the market is going down, man. When the drivers on this channel show up, y'all wonder why it's so easy for y'all to convert. Because y'all clean. Y'all take showers. Your car is clean. Like I said, I drive a 2011 Jeep. That Jeep's 258,000 miles on that Jeep. 258,000. And they say, damn, this Jeep look brand new. Damn, this almost 300,000 miles on that Jeep. Damn, this Jeep look brand new. That's what happens when you take care of shit. And that's why it's easy for us to convert. Stay doing it the way you doing it. Don't listen to these other channels. Just drive balls to the wall. Drive your car into the ground. Break it. 80 hours a week. 12 hours a day. Run that shit to the ground. Get as many $3 rides as you can and hit that $1 a ride challenge out there. Don't do that shit. Don't do that. Because you need to save your car for the people that's got the money, that's willing to pay you. If somebody's going to pay the app $25, know you getting $8, and you say, I'll do it for $20. No, just leave it on the app. Well, the app's only giving me $8. That's not my problem. You can get the fuck out of my clean ass car. You're going to get an $8 driver in a minute. Just give it a minute. Give it a minute. Motherfucker pull up, smell like ball cheese. Yeah, that's your $8 driver right there. Then the next time somebody convert, they're going to be, oh, yeah, I'll do the 20. I'll do the 20. But if we don't stand up against shit like that, we're never going to get people to convert and come over. So we got to talk to riders. Let them know this is what it is, man. If you want to sit up there and really do this, you want to help us with this ride here, and you want to keep the nice, clean cars, the good drivers on the road, you want to have us stay in business. Don't let these apps put us out of business, because that's what they're doing right now. They're trying to put us out of business. Sub Diamond Driver. It's like, man, straight up, what if you're a veteran driver? You got to call them every single day, like to spend more time on the phone with you and they actually understand what customer service exactly. Andre said, Jeff, you funny. Man, hey, but I call it like it is, man. This is a rugged channel, but this is a business channel because I know how it is on the streets. The streets is way worse than my little YouTube channel. People think, oh, I can't deal with your channel. I'm like, how the fuck are you a driver? You can't deal with an internet channel? You can't deal with me on the internet. You cussed. You know what you're going to deal with out in traffic? Somebody going to give you the finger and tell you to fuck off and walk up to your car and kick your window. And you scared of my YouTube channel and you a driver? This shit's light work right here. This is light work. I can't watch that channel. It scares me. I'm going to go and get me some more rides. Yeah, exactly. It's like this channel is for the real over here. Like I said, we here for the week, not for the week. That's why I wear this fucking shirt. We here for the week. The whole 7 days we here. We not for the week. If you're going to go out there and do some real business, this is the channel you need to be on. And I'm not saying not to watch other channels. Watch other channels so you can see exactly why people are struggling. Look and see why people are struggling. I am glad I came from poverty. I talked to one of my drivers last night who came from poverty. One of my riders last night. I'm glad I came from poverty. Because if you ain't never seen the bottom, you ain't never experienced the bottom, you don't know what the bottom feels like. Once you know a stove is hot, you don't want to touch it again. Once you know water is wet, you want to stay dry. Once you know what it feels like to be poor and broke, you don't want to be there no more. You got to experience poverty to understand what you don't want in life. Sometimes you got to go through some shitty people to know what you won't deal with in a person. You can't just deal with all the good people because then you're giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. Deal with a couple of shitty people. Deal with some people that play you out. Then be like, okay, now I know what I don't want to deal with. Now I know my tolerance level. When it comes to poverty, I know what my tolerance level is. I make sure I keep all my essential bills taken over. Kicking it in the club is not an essential bill. It's not. It's never been an essential bill for me. Therefore, I've always had nice cars because having a nice car to do nice work for people. Like I said, I was driving my Mercedes S420, taking people to nightclubs on the Las Vegas Strip in that. I was doing rideshare before even Uber and Lyft came out. I bought that S420 in 2003. I bought it in 2000. My son was born in 2002. I bought the S420 in 2003. No, 2004 because I was on double date. 2004 is when I bought it, so he was 2 years old. I was driving people up and down the Las Vegas Strip in that big ass Mercedes, that S420, the one that looked like 50 cents, Get Rich or Die Trying. It was the S420, the Princess Diana model. It was that model, the big one. And I bought it from a doctor in San Francisco off of eBay, and he shipped it to me, and it showed up right on my house, right at my house. I was like, damn, big old truck outside with my car on it. I was like, man, I was driving people around in that before Uber even got started. So I've been doing this for a long time. I know how to take care of people. I know how to keep leather seats smelling like leather, how to keep carpet smelling like carpet. I know how to do this. You got a lot of new people who are W-2 people. And what are they doing? You just got to act like, Uber's your boss. Do whatever they tell you. Do what they tell you to do, and you're going to be just fine. They're getting rid of everybody. And everybody's sitting there thinking, no, they can't get rid of everybody. Guess who they're going to get rid of first? The smart drivers, the ones that are making money. Guess who they're going to keep? They're going to keep around the people who are broke, dilapidated, renting cars, broken down cars. They're keeping the lowest paid people they can find on these apps. Because if you know your worth, you will not be a low paid person. That's my whole thing. If you know your worth, you will not accept low pay. You will not sit around crying with a poster board in your hand saying, pay me more. I don't need a poster board. All I need is to accept the ride and talk to this rider. That's how I'm going to get more money. I don't need a poster board. You can keep the poster boards and the popsicle sticks. I don't need that. All you got to do is give me some gas in my car and tell me where the people at. I'm going to get some money. I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah, I'm a jig, and none of that shit scares me. Bring it. Exactly. Bring it. And that's why we out in these streets the way we are. And we got drivers out here. Yeah, I got 100% AR, no cancels. And I'm like, you're not a business analyst. There's a reason why they call it a business analyst. That's when you analyze business transactions to see what's more profitable, less profitable, has too high of an opportunity cost, too much risk involved. You have to analyze this. Driving my car, in my opinion, is low risk. I've been driving since I was 15 years old. It's very low risk. Now, if you ask me to jump a ramp in my car, that's high risk. Because I ain't never jumped the fucking ramp. I don't know how fast to go. I don't know how to land my car. Because you say, hey, Jeff, jump a ramp. I can drive it. I can't jump ramps. I'm not Evel Knievel, motherfucker. I can drive. So me driving myself to Walmart and back is easy. Me going to the airport and out of there, it's easy. I'm not jumping ramps and shit. I'm just driving. Been doing it for a long time. Anybody scared of doing this shit, I'm sorry. You may not want to be a driver if you're scared. Oh, it's so risky driving my car. To me, it's more risky putting strangers in my backseat that I don't know all day for 12 hours. Most rides I want to do a day, I told y'all, 10. I want 10 rides a day, $50, $60 a piece. That's it. Thank you, Marvin, my brother. Thank you, my man. Appreciate the super chat, brother. Oh yeah, Dino's in the house. The gig companies are running things like a bunch of high school kids. They don't know how to keep a secret either, so they childish. Yeah, they so childish. Exactly, brother. Exactly. Right there, man. Right there. But yeah, man, say we the 300. Thank you, bro, for all the knowledge. Man, Marvin, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, there's not a lot, and I say this with pride. There's not a lot of drivers in the comments I read when I open my app up and I see, hey man, I just converted 4 rides, man. I converted 4 rides today, Jeff. Appreciate that shit. Hey man, I just converted 6 rides, over the past 2 days, Jeff. Thanks, man. This is what we do out there. Yeah, Kev, I got you in a minute. Let me cook for a second. And I appreciate that, man. I love when I open up my app and I see people out there really believing in themselves, like no fear level shit, no fear, believing in themselves, going, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and cry over trying to get $1.50 per ride challenge. I'm not finna cry over a quest paying $1 per ride if I do 50 of them. I'm finna make this $50 out of the next 2 rides. Whatever the next 2 rides are, I'm going to tack on 25 and 25. Take 2 long distance rides, tack on 25 to one, 25 to the other one. You just saved a rider a ton of money. You saved that rider a ton of money. And then you turned around and made the $50 in 2 rides instead of 50 and 50. That was money you shouldn't have had. But you created that wealth for yourself. And there's too many drivers out here scared to create wealth for themselves, thinking if I get 2 racks a week, if I drive for 84 hours, I'm going to be a rideshare millionaire. That's what these motherfuckers are calling themselves now. I'm going to be a rideshare millionaire. Doing what? $4 rides? How you going to be a millionaire doing $4 rides when gas costs $4 a gallon? The math ain't mathing, man. The math is not mathing unless you are creative and innovative and doing a new way of business. Just like how was Uber and Lyft started. Travis and his buddy was trying to catch a fucking cab in London. This is how it started. They were trying to catch a cab overseas. The cab was taking forever, and they was talking about it, laughing about it. They ended up deciding, you know what we should do? We should create a system where a cab can come quicker by just any car can be a cab. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. You got to be creative and innovative if you want to become a millionaire. Nobody's going to give you $1 million. Nobody's giving you $1 million. You think Uber and Lyft is going to walk up and like, hey, man, you've been driving 84 hours a week. Here's $1 million. Hey, man, now they're going to make $1 million off of you. Your 1099 going to say $1 million. But you're going to be like, how did I make $1 million over my whole rideshare career? I made $1 million driving for 10 years, making, $150,000 a year. So I made $1.5 million, but I only took home $300,000 over the past 10 years. I was making $30,000 a year. How is that even possible? High AR. You're not a business analyst. You're not doing cash rides. You're letting them charge riders whatever riders pay, and you taking whatever you take as a driver. That's how it happens. That's how it happens. So if you want to understand how to become a millionaire, I'm going to read this from Steve Jobs. I was going to make a video about it. Ooh, how can I get this out of my phone into there? I don't know how to do that. Ooh, let me go find it. I'm going to find this. I'm going to find it because what Steve Jobs said is good. Steve Jobs, let me see something. I'm going to put just article. Let's see something. I'm going to see if I can find this. Oh, let me see something. Let's see something. Oh. Is this it here? The real leadership lessons of Steve Jobs? Because I got some shit in my phone and it's amazing. I'm gonna find a YouTube video about it because that'll be a little bit easier if we watch a YouTube video about it. Because I'm telling you, man, if you ever want to become not really a millionaire, but become wealthy within yourself, this is what you got to do. All right, let's see something. Steve Jobs' passion. Let's like this. Oh, yeah, I like this. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. Advice to a young entrepreneur. This one will be good. Years ago. This is from 9 years ago right here. Thank you, San Diego, brother, for the super chat. I'm glad I got on there, man. Thank you so much for that super chat, brother. Thank you. Man, preach on, brother, preach. Hey, I'm about to put this because I'm telling you, man, if you ever want to be somewhere in life to a certain degree, I watch a lot of dead people. I watch Nipsey Hussle. I watch Steve Jobs. I watch a lot of dead people. So if you ever want to like get somewhere in life, listen to somebody who's really had that time and that reflection to figure out how they're going to get there. And this guy, man, he's it. Let's listen to this real quick. Let me see if this is on. Let me know if y'all can hear this or not. Hold up.
Oh, I get asked this a lot, and I have a pretty standard answer, which is a lot of people come to me and they say, well, I want to be an entrepreneur. And I go, oh, that's great. What's your idea? And they go, well, I don't have one yet. Oh, and I say, well, I think you should go get a job as a busboy or something until you find something you're really passionate about, because
passion.
It's a lot of work. And
a lot of work.
I'm convinced that about half of what separates the successful entrepreneurs from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance.
This is it.
It is so hard.
This is it.
You pour so much of your life into this thing. And there are such rough moments in time that most people give up. I don't blame them. I mean, it's really
let me stop this. The video I was going to show you guys, what he's saying right now is actually what I have in my phone. I just so happened to accidentally find this. This is what he was saying, what I have on my phone. Perfect. Let me rewind a little bit because I like exactly what he said.
Into this thing, there are such rough moments in time that most people give up. I don't blame them. I mean, it's really tough.
Yeah.
And it consumes your life. I mean, if you've got a family and you're in the early days of a company, I can't imagine how one could do it. I'm sure it's been done, but it's rough. I mean, because it's a pretty much an 18-hour-a-day job, 7 days a week for a while. So unless you have a lot of passion about this, you're going to not survive. You're going to give it up. So you got to have an idea or a problem or a wrong that you want to right that you're passionate about. Otherwise, you're not going to have the perseverance to stick it through. And I think that's half the battle right there.
That was the 2 P's that I got in my phone. Perseverance and passion. I have it all in my phone, and he gave the 5 steps. I was going to make a video on it, not knowing that he already had a video on it. That was just accident. I accidentally found that. So it was like, all right, good night, Fortune. So the fact that he said passion, I'm passionate about my community, about family. I even read y'all one of my resignation letters a long time ago, and I still talked about family and community and taking care of people. I've always been this way. This ain't nothing new because I just started rideshare and people got in my car. I've always been this way. Perseverance is being away and staying that way, not let nobody sway you. I've been this way for a long time. A lot of YouTubers hated me. There was videos made about me having too much passion. I'm too involved in this. I need to get myself out of this, back away from it. I'm too involved in this. Steve Jobs, Nipsey Hussle, all of them say the same thing. You got to have passion. You got to have heart. So for all the YouTubers that came at me saying you too involved in it, look at where they are and look at where I am. Real talk. Look at where they are and look at where I am. I am proof that if you just keep pushing something, keep going for what you believe in, not a hustle, not a scam, but for what you truly believe in. And if we go out here in these streets and we let these people know you getting ripped off, you could save $40. Keep that $40. Pay your phone bill. Only give me $70. Don't pay 110. Just give me 70. It's fine. If you believe in protecting people's family, you can make it in this industry. But you got to perseverance. A lot of people going to tell you, don't do it. You don't got commercial insurance. Don't do it. You don't got a permit. Don't do it. A lot of people going to stop you from doing what you passionate about. Uber and Lyft. They were told they were going to be fined $5,000 per transaction, 90 days in jail if they didn't stop doing what they was doing. They kept doing it regardless. And I showed y'all the video. They kept doing it regardless. Charge me $5,000 then. Put me in jail for 90 days then. What the government do? Nothing. They wouldn't back down. Uber and Lyft wouldn't back down. So if Uber and Lyft wouldn't back down from doing what they knew was criminal, from doing what they knew was wrong against regulations, they didn't back down. Look at where they at right now. Imagine had they stopped. Imagine had they didn't have the passion and the perseverance. Travis, whatever his last name, Travis, whatever. Well, imagine he didn't have the passion to say, this is what we're going to do and we're not going to stop. We're not going to back down. Imagine had they stopped. Where would Uber and Lyft be today? It wouldn't be here. It was like, no, man, people told us to stop, man. We were scared, man. They said $5,000, man. They said 90 days in jail, man. We stopped. They kept going. When you talk to people like Steve Jobs, you listen to people like that, they're going to give you the fire in your soul you need. He's saying 18 hours a day. Most people think 18 hours a day is sitting in your car 18 hours a day. My YouTube channel is what I do. Making and editing videos, reading other videos, researching videos, talking to drivers in real life, talking to riders in real life. I do this every day. From the moment I wake up to the time I go to sleep. It's about 16 hours a day because I'm passionate about what I do, about 16 hours a day. When people ask me, how hard do you work? And thank you, David. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. And people ask me, well, how hard you work? How many hours you put in a day? From the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. That's a full day's work for me. Maybe you think a full day's work for you is 8 hours in that car, and when you get out, you're done. No, because when you get out, go through your phone. Start seeing what clients you need to contact to see if they need to go to the airport. Go through your phone. You're not in the car no more. Get on the internet, research events, see if some events are out there. You ain't done. When you wake up, get started. When you go to sleep, you're done. How many hours you work? From the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. I'm on YouTube chatting with people. I'm answering comments all day. I'm going in email. I'm answering text messages. I'm talking to today. One of my riders, she hit me up. Y'all know I screwed my phone up like 5 days ago. So she shot me a text today. This is what she shot me. This is funny. And I got to read it because this is funny. Because when y'all, this is why I love my clients. My clients, they look out for me. They look out for me. So she hit me up. Wait a minute. That's the wrong phone. See, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to have too many phones in a minute. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the wrong phone. Hold up for a second. Here's the right phone right here. She hit me up, says, hey, Jeff, hope you had a great weekend. I'm on your schedule tomorrow for 1 p.m. to go to the airport. I said, just got a new phone from AT&T, so the names didn't cross over in my contacts. I'm updating everything now. I'll pick you up at 1 p.m. for the airport run, but I need a name. Sorry. So she gave me her name, her address, and everything. I said, I thought so because I knew her area code. And she was like, yeah. And I said, I thought I saw you last night. She said, no, she wasn't out. But my clients, they verify stuff with me. They hit me up. I'm working from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. I'm in my phone, making sure my clients ain't hitting me up. I'm on, exactly on social media, making sure people ain't hitting me up. You got to make sure that everybody that you need to do business with ain't trying to get in touch with you. It's too many people screwing around out there. Oh, I only work when I'm in the car. That's what ain't making no money because Uber and Lyft knows people like that are Uber and Lyft drivers. Y'all ain't no Uber and Lyft driver. Y'all contractors over here. Y'all contract with Uber and Lyft. But in the process of you contracting with Uber and Lyft, there's people in this city, people that are getting on the app that may want to get off the app. Man, it's too expensive for me, man. I can't afford this, man. You know how much it's costing me to get to and from work? Man, this is killing me right now. You're saving that person because that person is hurting every day they wake up and they got to type in $35 if it's not surgeon. If it is surgeon, $52. Every day they got to do that, and every day is killing them because they're only making $18 an hour. So the first 2 hours of their day is going towards Uber, $35. Damn. And if it's a $52 surge, guess what? That's 4 hours of their day. Because they only making $18 an hour. That's it. So now 3 hours a day. That's 3 hours of their day right there. So they done already gave 2 hours in the morning to Uber at the $18 rate. Then they had to give another 3 hours. So 5 hours out of their work day, 5 hours pays for their rideshare rides. 5 hours pay for their rideshare. And you can tell them, man, why are you paying that? Why are you paying that much money, dude? I tell you what, man, instead of $35, just give me 20. Because Uber trying to give me like 13, 14 for it, man. Give me 20, 25. That's it. That little bit you saving them every day. The fact that you're not charging them surge, that little bit, you giving them some life. You giving them some life back. Because they like, dude, now it's only 1 hour a day of my work. Ooh, there's only 2 hours of my day. Instead of 5 hours of their work, they're going towards corporate America. They taking from one corporation, giving to another corporation. Now they like, wait a minute, I took from a corporation. Now I'm going to give to this guy. Oh, I'm going to give it to David. Man, appreciate that, David, man. I'm going to give it to David. Not corporation to corporation. It's corporation to family. Family taking care of family. Family taking care of family. We bouncing back and forth. Family taking care of family. Where's corporation? Corporation is done. We take money out of corporate. We don't get that shit back to corporate. We go to work. We make the money. We take it out. We give it from family to family to family to family to family. That's how you take care of this shit. When I said, how we going to fix rideshare? You can't fix rideshare without family. You can't do that shit without a team. A lot of us got teams. If you ain't got no family, you ain't got no team, you have no sense of community, you all out for self, you fuck yourself already. Rideshare is going to swallow you up because that's what it's designed to do. It's not designed to prop you up and make you a millionaire. It's not designed to prop you up and make you successful. It's designed to prop you up so you can stand up on crutches to let these people get rich off your backs. That's what it's designed for. But when you say, I'm going to break that design, I'm breaking that design. I'm going to get me a team. I'm going to talk to some riders. I'm going to think about family, community, economy. That's what I'm thinking about. And if they're all money and no money out, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. So once we get to that point, man, where we start looking out for each other. Like I said, my homegirl, Jamie, she hit me up yesterday. I was laying in bed. I was like, I'm so glad you hit me, Jamie. Check this out. I got somebody that needs a ride. 2 rides a day, Monday through Friday. I'll send you a phone number. There's no prices, negotiate. Whatever you say is what you say. Contact them. Please help me out. These are my good clients too. I run them to and from airports. I do a lot for this family. Been dealing with this family for almost 3 years, but I need some help. And Jamie was like, shit, send me the number. Thank you. So now she and I both are servicing the same family members now. It's almost in Tempe. It's right here in Tempe. She lives in Tempe, so it's pretty close. It's not as far. But that's what we do to each other. She's a driver, so I consider my drivers family to me. Why would I try to go in and sign somebody up for Uber and for Lyft? I'm not signing nobody up for Uber and Lyft, no referral codes. I'm going to pass my family a number. Hey, I got a phone number for you. These people need a ride every Friday about this time. Okay, that's me feeding my family. That's how you fix rideshare. You fix family first. We start home. We start small. We can't go in and boycott this corporation and talk to BlackRock and Vanguard and all these investors and all these shares. We can't do nothing with them people. Them people are above us. They already know most rideshare drivers don't even take fucking showers. How are they going to negotiate a power position against us? They don't even take fucking showers. This dude ain't showered in 3 days. He's walking around in dusty ass sandals and pink socks and shit. He can't negotiate with us. We big players. We corporate. But guess what? I'm corporate too. I left corporate a long time ago. I left corporate before most of those motherfuckers were even in corporate. So I know how the game is played. It's about the bottom line. When you start affecting people's bottom line, oh, they hold their head up. Wasn't nobody tripping off Bud Light. You hit that bottom line. Bud Light's like, uh-oh, we done pissed somebody off. Uh-oh. You hit these corporations in the bottom line. And how do you hit people in the bottom line? Hey, love you, God. The first thing you do is you say, we need to get to their source of revenue. We beat them to the punch. They have to recognize who we are. Oh, we're going to adjust you guys' cancellation rates. We're going to adjust you guys' acceptance rates. You know why? Because they know Cash Rides is out there. They know we coming for our money. They know what's up. They ain't stupid. People, oh, well, they're doing it to make the apps more safer. No, they not. They doing it to protect their bottom lines. It ain't got nothing to do with safety. These apps could care less about safety. I already done a video about that. They could care less about safety, care less about it. They can do so much more. One person can have an account, and that one person can bring 4 people with them who are not vetted by that account. How is that safe? How do you not know that one person was forced to bring these 4 people? You don't know. They probably not even friends. They can even get a ride on the guest. You can even get a gift card from like Walmart to use Uber on. So don't tell me doing everything on the app is about safety. No, doing everything on the app is about them trapping the revenue and using us as the suckers that earn it and put it on our 1099s and then have to expense all this shit out so they don't look like they're making money. That's the revenue game. That's a corporate level game right there. And you know who they up against? Like I said, people who don't shower, people who wear mayonnaise stained clothes and shit like that. That's who they're up against. So they're laughing. These motherfucking engineers is laughing. They all making $175,000 a year, free stocks, trading stocks back and forth, having fun. They looking at us like, dude, this dude right here really think we're going to pay him $100,000 a year? Really? Well, yeah, he's outside talking about protesting right now. He can't hold a W-2 if we gave him a W-2. If we gave him a job tomorrow, he couldn't hold on to that W-2. We got him. He don't got us. So what do we say? You think you got us? I got private rides. I got business cards. I got advertising on my truck. I got a website. I got social media. I'm out making me some money. I don't drive on your apps unless I definitely have to. I could be busy all day, every day. I ain't even started my week yet. I got 2 airport rides lined up tomorrow already. One early in the morning, one later in the afternoon. I already got 2 rides set up. That's not even going through the app. One of them I met through the app, the other one I didn't. But if you really want to hit these people in the bottom line, you got to learn how to set up your business. Like my title says, the apps are slowly getting rid of smart drivers. They are trying to get rid of smart drivers. And if you know you are a smart driver, you should be worried. You shouldn't be so worried. Oh, I got to be a good slave. I better stop canceling. I got to be a good slave. Because you want to stay on the apps. You want to be a slave and stay on the apps. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to replace you. Last night, there was another guy. He had a big black SUV. I'm sitting in the cut because, you know, I stay out of traffic. Y'all know how I drive. I stay out of traffic. So I back up in alleyways. I'm by the curb, backed up by alleyways. People just walking around the car front and back, doing whatever they do. I'm like splitting the Red Sea. I got people walking around me in both ways. They leaving the club. They ain't worried about me. They drunk anyway, so I could care less. I'm parked dead center of the sidewalk. I got people walking around me. If somebody even want, man, get your truck out of the sidewalk, I'll be like, man, take your drunk ass home. But I don't say that because don't nobody bother me. So I got my truck parked right where it is. I got the parking lights on. I'm just sitting there, truck running. I tell a dude up front, I say, hey, man, you're not going to get through. He got a black SUV. I said, you're not going to get through, man. I said, why? I said, because these cars ain't waiting on people. There's 2 Waymos up there. The Waymos got the flashers on. They've been sitting there forever. Waymos in downtown Scottsdale is a bad idea. Whoever thought of that? Who decided to put Waymos in downtown Scottsdale when the clubs are letting out? Because y'all know how Waymos operate, right? They sit there. They're not drivers. They will sit there until you cancel a ride or till you show up. Traffic backed up down all streets. So what do? I bag my shit up. I sit in the cut. Y'all, I did 3 rides last night in Scottsdale. Guess how I got them? I bagged my shit up. I sat in the cut, turned it on. Bing. Where you at? Hey, man, this is where I'm standing. Y'all can come. You can come to where I'm at because the Waymos is right here. So when I could pull out, I could just turn that way. Okay, cool. No problem. No problem. This is here in Detroit. You get jacked in the alley. Man, I've been doing this for a long time. I know where I'm at. If I was downtown St. Louis, I wouldn't do it. I do it downtown Phoenix. You know why? Wherever I go, what have I told y'all before? Wherever I go, there's a lot of cops. Everywhere I go is a lot of cops. Anybody who was in Scottsdale last night, I think every SUV cop, fire truck, whatever, was in Scottsdale last night. Wherever I go, there's a lot of cops. You can fuck with me if you want to. Most of the people I even rode motorcycles with was cops. When I went to jail one time, as soon as I got to the jail, so they brought me in, my man Mo Dog, he was like, wait a minute, that's Jay Watts. He says, dude, what are you doing in jail, man? What are you doing here? I said, I was racing the Ford Lightning on my motorcycle, man, over by Lake Mead. I was racing and they caught us racing, so they impounded my bike. And my boss, my boss went and got my bike out of impound because I was in jail till the next morning. So she got my bike out of impound, came pick me up from jail, drove me to go get my bike. I drove home, showered up, went back to work. I had a suit on by the time I got to work. I'm the accountant. I'm an accountant sitting in jail. It was like, what the hell, my man Modog? He's a cop. He was like, dude, what the hell you doing in jail, man? I was like, oh, man, racing the damn motor. I was racing the Ford Lightning, man. Me and his damn Ford Lightning was getting it. They arrested both of our ass. This is, man. Was that if I got a trick to get acceptance and cancel rates perfectly accept everything and cancel, not safe to pick up. I'm setting at 95 or 0 CR, even got the diamond 250 cash. Damn. Hey, there you go right there. Just accept everything. Just say not safe to pick up. If you just hit not safe to pick up, you save your cancellation rates. That's it. So he's got it. That's it. Hit the not safe to pick up. Man, I'm telling you, this year, like I said, I want people this year, especially this football season. I've been watching a few games. Because today I had to go to the AT&T store, driving by a couple of bars. Bars are packed. The bars are packed. And, you know, people are drinking. What you got to do, get your business cards. Act like you got to take a piss. Go into the bar just to go get a Sprite or something. Park your car in a parking lot that's loaded with cars. Park it. Walk in. Scope this place, look around, be like, oh man, it's a lot of people. Have at least 10, 15 cards in your pocket. If you go to the bathroom and somebody in the bathroom and they washing their hands, you wash your, hey man, you know what? You guys, I'm actually an Uber driver, you know what I'm saying? I just came in to grab something to drink. But if you guys need a ride, you know, here's my card. Oh, bro, we usually call it Uber when we leave. Bars are the easiest spots to market in, man, because everybody wants to get there. So if it got locked up and went to work like it didn't happen, I do it. I had to. I was like, I got financial statements due, man. I can't be sitting in jail. I got to do a financial report. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I got P&Ls to go over, man. I'll see y'all. I got to get up out of here. Everybody else in jail, like, yeah, man, I got 80 to life, man. 80 to life. I'll be smacking motherfuckers up. I'm like, well, I got to do some debits and credits. I'll see you guys next time I get caught. They're like, what kind of criminal is that? Like, he ain't no killer. No, I'm not a killer. Actually, I'm the controller. I'm the assistant controller, as a matter of fact. And we got a meeting tomorrow with free donuts. I'm getting out of here. It's like, shit. But no, for real though, man, you got to go to these bars, man. When you see any car, tons of cars, you got to go in and market yourself, advertise yourself, because you don't know who's going to call you for a ride. You have no idea. The one thing you don't want is to be flooded with 5 or 6 calls at the same time. That's one thing you don't want to do. So don't oversaturate a place. Don't go there and say, I'm going to give out 100 cards. You might get 10 calls at once. Give out a few. Because if them people don't call you tonight, they will call you another day. Like the 5 girls I picked up the other night. I picked them up on a scooter like in the middle of last week. Me and Juan Vargas was down. The night me and Juan Vargas was down in Channel was the night I picked them girls up because it was a short ride. And I said, dude, I'll be back. I'm going to pick up these girls right here. That was that night. They called me like last night or the night before. Can't remember. For a ride. So sometimes people don't call you immediately like that night. They're not going to call you that night. But they may call you later down in the week. And that's what you're banking on. Do not think if I give my card out, 50 people got to call me, or you're oversaturating yourself. Just like when Jamil, sometimes when he got 2 and 3 clients landing at the airport at the same time, he got to call Bighorn Kev. He got to call me. This is what happens. If you got a lot of clients out there, be ready to have a team. Already have your team developed. Have your team ready to rock and roll. Because most of us, like I said, we've all got each other's phone numbers. So we can text each other back and forth. We could do that. No problem. No problem. We could text each other back and forth. But some people, especially at this age, at this point, they haven't started working on that client, that team yet. They're still working on their client base. So all you got to do is trust 1 or 2 people. Say, yo, I'm going to do this, man. I'm going to at least have like 1 person I can trust to do this. It's like, all right, cool. There's something else that I was going to have you guys look at. It was something, was it in my watch list? Let me see. Watch later. What was this? That was something else right there. All right, hold up for a second. There was something that, this is do what you love to do. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. I think this is it right here. Nope, that ain't it. Man, there was something that I had in here. It was a Steve Jobs video. And I mean, it was great. Oh, I think this is it. Hold up. Oh yeah, this is good right here. So this right here is rideshare. What up, Lori? Peace out, Miss Lori. Now, this right here is Steve Jobs when he gave a commencement speech. This is good. I like this one. This was pretty good. Hold up for a second. And this is rideshare to a T. This is rideshare every day. We deal with this every day.
Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You've got to find what you love. And that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And
that right there, man, that right there. What up, Jamil? Do what you believe is great work. I truly believe in community. I buy from all the little food trucks on the side of the corner, any small boutique store. I usually go in and chat with them, talk to them or whatever. I support my economy. I don't bootleg nothing. I do the best I can do to make sure that I'm supporting the stores and everything in my community. I believe in that. And when you believe in that, like I said, from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, you're living in a world of believe, not make believe, but in the world of believe. A lot of people live in this land of make believe, where they got to fake it to make it. They fake it through their days, doing all of this shit to pretend that they live in a world they either drinking or smoking or on pills or living a lifestyle that they don't want to live, but they have to do something other than what they love to do because they don't love themselves enough and they don't love what they do enough. So what Steve Jobs is talking about is like I said, it's real. You got to love doing rideshare, love talking to people. If you're scared of people, scared of driving, this is not for you.
And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it and you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that ended up, being successful, unquote, in the eyes of society, and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful loved what they did so they could persevere when it got really tough.
Yeah.
And the ones that didn't love it quit because they're sane, right? Who would want to put up with this stuff if you don't love it? So
And haven't I said that before, that you've got to be a little crazy? Like I always sing that Seal song, we aren't gonna survive unless we get a little crazy. He said only sane people, which is the normal people, that bell curve, that 90%. They call it the sane circle right there. That 90%. You got, 5% on this end, 5% on this end. When you're in that 5% on each end, you're not in that sane circle. You're a little crazy. And that just means you're misunderstood. Because when something's not normal, when something's abnormal, people don't understand it or can't develop to understand it. But that's why only so many people are successful at the levels they are. Because the person who's in that middle bubble of sanity, I'm saying, they would quit. Oh, it's too hard to drive in summer. Oh, it's too hard to do this. What up, Neo? Oh, it's too hard to do that. Too hard to. Those are the people that say, I'm out. I'm out.
it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of worrying constantly. And if you don't love it, you're going to fail. So you got to love it. You got to have passion.
Yep.
Sometimes life's gonna...
That's it. Whoops, there we go. Yeah, and that's what it is, man. If you don't love it, then I'm back and misunderstood. And I tell people, if you don't do something, like if you're doing something that other people call crazy, or they say, dude, man, I ain't never seen nobody do that. I don't see people acting like that. Look at every YouTube channel out there. When I first started doing my channel, I said that shit about DoorDash. I said every DoorDash channel looks just alike. I mean, if you watch one, you've seen them all. Because none of them, they're all normal channels. They all do the normal circle shit. Nobody is standing out. Nobody's like, I'm going to do DoorDash different. I'm going to be crazy with this shit. This is what I'm going to do. Nobody's doing it. They're regurgitating what each other said. They're all doing the same shit. When you look at rideshare, all channels doing the same shit. They show what they made all week. Look at what I made. This is what I made. Look at what I made. I'm amazing. Look at what I made. Okay, well, it took you all those fucking hours, though, man, to make that. You're not thinking of a more innovative way to do this, to make that much money? You're not thinking of something innovative? No, I don't have to. I'm doing exactly like the other channel did, and that other channel does it, so we all doing the same thing. That's that normal curve. When you say we need to kind of step out, because when you're normal, you're predictable. The apps can predict channels like that. The apps can predict drivers on those channels like that. The apps cannot predict drivers on this channel. They can't predict me. They don't know if I'm going to go out and be okay with the shit that's out there today, or who I'm going to convert to. They have no idea. No idea. When you're a little crazy, when you're a little off, you're not predictable. And when you're not predictable, you keep people on their toes. That's called fair competition. Fair competition is when you can't predict it. Price fixing is predictable. You fix the price, you know what you can get, you know what you're going to put into it. It's price fixing. Anti-Sherman Trust, that Sherman Antitrust Act, it keeps shit crazy. Honestly, it keeps everything crazy. Because with a monopoly, nothing's crazy. You know who's the best, you know who's the top. They're going to fix prices, they're going to eliminate competition. Sherman Antitrust Act keeps this shit crazy enough so we can actually make money. It's got to be a little crazy. You got to have 100 competitors fighting for riders, 100 competitors trying to pay drivers a little more because I want you to drive for me, man. If all you got is Uber and Lyft, you making the same amount after 2 weeks, no matter who you drive, because they fix the prices, they fix the wages to where it's like, this is what you're going to get if you drive for 2 weeks like this. This is what you're going to get. So no matter what you drive for, you're not really competing with drivers. Drivers can go to either app and make the same. When you start making smaller apps, an app like Hum, a small app, what do? Jeff, we're going to pay you more. Now I'm going to turn Hum on. Not only am I going to turn Hum on, I'm going to convert riders to be on Hum so I can get paid more through doing manual rides. Not only that, but if they want to use another driver, they can just use Hum, and now that driver gets paid more now if I can't take them. This is how you keep competition going. Competition has to be a little crazy. It can't be mundane. It can't be normal. Just like Steve Jobs said, the only people that are going to make it are the crazy ones. The sane ones are the ones that are controllable. You tell them, listen, when you turn your app on at 6 o'clock in the morning, we'll send you rides. Take them. You're going to get some money. Okay, I'll do that. Do that for 12 hours a day. And we're going to make sure you get about $200-300 a day from 12 hours. Okay, I'll do that. So at the end of the day, you work 12 hours, you got $250. You made $20 an hour. $20 an hour. Eric right here, 45th and McDowell, the surprise, app 24, cash rise 50 plus 10, 60. Bam. That's crazy. That's crazy to a lot of drivers. I wouldn't do that. That shit's crazy. I wouldn't take it off the app. That's dangerous. That shit's crazy. 50 plus 10, $60. Eric is sitting on 60. The sane driver is sitting on $24 because he does it how he's told to do it. You get 24. Eric's already $36 up on you. And from 41st to McDowell, that's only like a 35-minute drive. So you're running about $120 an hour right now. You're running $120 an hour, where this person's running at $48 an hour. So at $48 an hour, you're like, yeah. But just think, you got to come off with gas, depreciation, all that shit. You might walk away with $35 an hour, maybe. You did good, $35 an hour. Let's say that. But Eric, instead of 120, he's sitting at about 110. Same thing. He's sitting at about 110, 115. So it's like, would you want 110, 115 net an hour? Be a little crazy about it? Or do you want to stay sane and be controllable and stay a slave? Yeah, man, don't go off the plantation. Just stay on the plantation like normal slaves do. Don't do nothing crazy and try to leave or nothing like that. Just no. Steve Jobs said it, man. That's why I like watching videos like that. Watching videos like Nipsey Hussle's videos, stuff like that. And a block away from my home. That's what I'm saying. And I'm sitting there like, if these people don't understand how rideshare is going from what we used to make years ago with the multiplier, then after multiplier ended, people complained. We were still doing okay, but not great. Right now, people are doing like shit right now. And you're going to have those spotty people out there. Oh, ain't none with rideshare. Rideshare is amazing. Rideshare is amazing. Look at me. I'm making 2 racks a week still. Look at me. Rideshare is amazing. That's like saying we don't have a problem with crime because you ain't been carjacked. Oh, ain't no problem with crime. I ain't been carjacked. Ain't no problem with fucking crime. But you see stores being broken in. You see smash and grabs happening. You see killings and robberies. You see all this crime happening all year round. But all you can say, oh, ain't no crime. Shit, I ain't getting carjacked. Crime is okay. Crime is good. Nobody's broken into my house because you're thinking at a small level. When you back yourself away from everything, you look at a situation in general, you say, man, rideshare is really fucked up. They're showing we all were doing good back then. The engineers knew it. The CEOs knew it. The shareholders knew it. We were all doing good back then. And now we sitting there, we're like, okay, what is wrong with rideshare now? Thank Neo. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the super chat, brother. A coffee from a brother from another mother. There you go. And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at rideshare as a whole. It doesn't matter if we're doing good with cash rides. Doesn't matter if I get a good black SUV once every other day or something like that. Rideshare in general is hurting a lot of drivers. I'm involved in that. What Jamil said, I took a $58 run from the airport to North Phoenix, almost a Cave Creek, asked the customer what they paid. She told me $198. I said, I can't do this on the app. I turned into a cash ride for $180. Damn. They were trying to push you up there for $58. $58 from the airport to North Phoenix. I mean, almost to Cave Creek. That's a long ass drive. That's a long drive. And she paid $198 for that. And they were going to give you $58 and they were going to pocket $140. They were going to pocket $140 on your back and not even care about. Like I said, these engineers, man, they think we all some of us that don't take showers. They think we all walking around in dirty ass sandals. We're business people with nice cars. You just paid what, $1,471 for 4 new tires. That's $1,500 you just paid for a set of tires. And they're going to give you $58 out of the $198 and take $140 on your back. I'm glad you did it like that. I'm glad you did it like that because it shows you got to be a little crazy. Like what Daytona? I was just about to say that shit. What they? I said you gotta be a little crazy. Daytona said that's crazy. We in the we thinking the same shit. Daytona, we thinking the same shit. I said you got to be a little crazy because you know what somebody on the app going. I'll just keep it on the app and be happy with the 58. Just take the 58. That's what they think a normal sane person would say. I'm an employee. I do what the boss say. The boss say 8, I'll be there at 8. The boss say leave, I'll leave. You are the boss. This is an independent contracting company. You're a one employee company, and it's your company. It's your LLC. It's your whatever you have yourself as. You are the boss. Uber is not your boss. Lyft is not your boss. But there's so many people on these apps that don't realize how rideshare has changed. How has it changed? Yeah, fuck corporate. That's why I left engineering job. Real shit. And that's why a lot of people haven't realized, you are not an employee anymore. You are the boss of a company. You have to do your own accounting, your own negotiations, your own contracts, your own advertising, your own marketing. You have to do all of that for your own company. You are nobody's employee. Stop thinking you are because, I got the Uber app on my phone. I work for Uber. I got Facebook on my phone, but I don't fucking work for Facebook. I got Instagram on my phone. I don't work for Instagram. I got Upside, the gas app. I don't work for Upside. I got Uber. I don't fucking work for Uber either. If Uber wants to do some work with me, we'll talk. Hey, Jeff, I got a ride for you, man. $15. I don't know, man, because that ride's going for 60 right now. Can we do better than that? Can we do around about 45? No, 15 is the best we can do. All right, I'll accept it. When I get to the person, I'll talk to them and see what they want to do. You can't do that. The fuck not. I'm competition. Sherman and I Trust Act says I could do that. This is how we keep the playing field level. I'm an independent contractor. If you're not willing to pay me, this person's willing to pay $60 for a ride. I'm fighting for competitive wages. Competitive wages. That word competitive makes sure that is Sherman antitrust. Competitive wages. You cannot price fix. So if you're not willing to give me a competitive wage, but this person's willing to pay me a competitive wage to take them, they just hired me. You didn't. They did. I don't work for Uber. I work for myself to the highest payer. If this lady says, I got 2 suitcases and I'm going to give you $180, Jim, I'm giving you $180. Why would you take 58 from Uber? Why would you take 58 from Uber? You're working for Jim. You're working for Jim. You're working for yourself. Why would you take 58 from Uber? That's stupid. A normal person would do, I'm going to take the 58 because I'm on the app. Competitive wages. Uber is saying, I'll get him to take you for 58. This lady's like, I'm willing to pay up to 198. Uber's like, well, we're going to keep 140 out of that because we found a sucker. We're going to keep 140 out of that. We found a sucker. Jamil, go get him. Jamil says, I'll do it. Bloop. Cruise up there. Guess what? 180. 180. That I'm still driving this fucking hellhole going home and I'm driving empty. So that's why I told this lady $180. Exactly. And what I would do is I would get like an XL ride, find you an XL like up in Scottsdale somewhere. Because somebody in Scottsdale is going back to Gilbert. Pull over by somebody in Talking Stick is trying to get back to Gilbert every time. Somebody in Talking Stick's trying to get back. So what do? Grab somebody at Talking Stick, shoot them down to Gilbert. That's $30, $40 right there. So you're going to get $30, $40 from Talking Stick back to like North Gilbert right there, right past Mesa. $30, $40 real quick. Be done with it. Because they're going to pay that much on the XL, but they're going to try to give you like 18, 19 to go to Gilbert. Just tell them $40 to Gilbert. They'll be like, okay. We have to have competitive wages. If you won't pay me a competitive wage, I have a right as an independent contractor to fight for a competitive wage. And I don't have to ask you for permission. Is it okay if I try to get more? I ain't got to ask you for shit. I work for me. You're using me. You're using me to earn money for you, but I'm using me to earn money for me. So me using me should supersede you using me. Because if I value you more than I value myself, then I don't know my worth. Because you telling motherfuckers I'm worth $198. You told somebody I'm worth $198. But then you told me, Jeff, you're worth $58. Okay, I'll take the 58, I guess. This is why we the 300. We say, hey, how much you pay for this? How much you pay for this? A lot of us do that. A lot of drivers don't. No, I don't want to get in trouble and get deactivated. Please deactivate me. please, I'd love to go to court and hear why you deactivated me, because ain't nobody ever reported me for nothing. If so, bring that person in. I ain't never done nothing unsafe on the app. If so, bring that person in. Please deactivate me, because when I hit you with the Sherman Antitrust Act, trust me, I'm suing on behalf of every driver out there that went through this same shit. I'm suing punitive damages, and I want a jury. I do not want an NDA signed with a settlement, walking out with my tail tucked between my legs with $15,000. No, I want 2.6 million, and I want this shit in the paper. I want everybody to know this is what happens. Say, dude, if Trump doesn't win, maybe Jeff for president. Oh no, John, man. They'll come after me real quick. I always say that shit, man. If they ever became president, they'll try to kill me first. People don't like me. They really don't like me. But man, that's the thing. If we out there really trying to do this for real and really make this money, and we know that there are other channels out there who are telling you to be docile, be a slave, be a pigeon, be docile, play by the rules. Illegal rules, must I add. Terms of service that have been found to be unconstitutional, illegal, borderline monopolistic, violations of Sherman Antitrust Act. But these channels are telling you, abide by that. Abide by it. They're like saying, let a crackhead be your life advisor. Let a crackhead be your life advisor. I'm like, look at your life. You on crack. You living in a crack house. You are not my life advisor. But that's what it sounds like when I hear channels say, yeah, just do whatever Uber and Lyft says, man. Let them kind of advise you on rideshare. Let them dictate your rideshare career. Let a crackhead run your life? What? I don't need a crackhead. No, I'm cool on that. But I'm one of those channels that's gonna sit there and go, hey, you know what? Jeff equals the ex-Marine. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm for real, man. And I tell people, man, exactly, straight to Jack in the Box, that Lambo Urus. I'm gonna pull up like I need some fries with cheese on it, and I'm gonna eat it in my seat. I'm not even getting out the car. I'm rich, bitch. I just sued Uber. It's like that. And that's the thing, though. Yeah, wait a minute. Actually, Uber needs to crack down on people that are stealing accounts and doing things that are not right. The only reason why they won't do that, because people who are stealing accounts, they won't put that account at risk the way we will put ours at risk. Because somebody who's illegally in the country using a stolen account, they can't use the Sherman Antitrust Act as their defense if they're using an illegal. That's like me stealing a car from somebody, then being upset about the interest rate on the car. It's not even my car. I stole it. How can I be, man? You know what the interest rate is on this car, man? How you gonna be mad about it? You just stole it. That's like, how you gonna be mad about what's happening to somebody's account? You stole that account. You're renting that account. That's a stolen ID. You can't complain about what's happening with a stolen account. So that's why Uber and Lyft don't care about what's happening with stolen accounts. They know they got those people by the balls anyways. They can do whatever they want to do with those people. They can give them shit rides, deactivate them, throttle them, do whatever. And I'm sitting there like, if that happened to my account, that's a legit account, which is why they always background checking people. It's a legit account. And I feel that you're going against constitutional law. I can either represent myself, Hayes versus Kerner, Platsky versus the CIA, 2 Supreme Court cases that gives me the right to represent myself, even in federal court. I can take Uber and Lyft to court. I don't have to go to arbitration. I can go straight to court using those 2 statutes. And the judge has to walk me through the process. And once I walk through the process, I end up suing Uber and Lyft using the court system to sue them. And I don't even got to do no work. The judge has to do it. Even Uber and Lyft's attorneys, they have to also treat me as if I'm not an attorney, but treat me as just a normal citizen and kind of walk me through the process of how do I need to defend myself against them. Jeff, you have to submit this motion, Jeff. If you don't submit this motion, you got to do it within 30 days or 2 weeks. They have to tell me that, because if they don't tell me that, I can say, you know what? They never told me I had to do it in 2 weeks. Oh, you didn't? Yeah. Well, I guess we don't do it in 2 weeks, Jeff. File it when you can. Just bring it in when you can. You guys didn't tell me you only had 2 weeks. Now we never told him he had 2 weeks. You know the law. Hayes versus Kerner, Platsky versus CIA. This guy here, you gotta, man. And that's why I tell folks, man, once you know that these courts are on your side as far as getting the story straight, they will be scared of your ass. They won't mess with you no more. As many conversions as we do, using competition rules of the Sherman Antitrust Act, saying that we're independent contractors, not their employee. FTC rules saying we don't have non-compete agreements on. Even Uber and Lyft says they can deactivate us at any minute with no reason whatsoever. They can kick us off their insurance, no reason whatsoever. We are not linked to them in any way. We use their apps for a service. We engage with their apps for a service. When I turn their app on, I am saying I am available for a transportation ride. I am willing to pay Uber, pay Lyft to use their commercial insurance policy, to use their navigation system. I'm willing to do that because I just accepted a ride. But guess what? It's a voidable contract. Just like they said, it's a voidable contract. They can renege at any point in time without prior knowledge, without prior warning. They said that in their addendum. They don't need to give us no written notice. They don't have to give us a phone call. Hey, Jeff, we're going to end your terms with us. They don't got to do that at all. But it's voidable. So even I can do that back to them. Therefore, if I get a ride, I'm sitting out chatting with the person. I don't like the way the deal is structured. I don't like the way the deal is set up. And I'll say, you know what? I was going to do this ride for $35, but I didn't know you had 4 people. I didn't know you guys had 2 backpacks full of whatever. I didn't know you guys, had to. I don't want to do that ride. I don't want to do it. So I'm just going to cancel it, man. I cancel it. Oh, man, we didn't know, man. We paid Uber like, $90 for this. Well, guess what? I was only getting like $13 for this, man. I was getting $13 for this ride. Oh, for real? What if we just give you the 90? Would that be better? I'm no longer on the contract with Uber because I just hit cancel. So I'm no longer in the terms of service. I just canceled that ride. I canceled it. I'm no longer bound by their terms of service. I am now a private citizen again. I hit cancel. I turned the app off. I am a private citizen, not their employee. The moment you hit cancel, the moment you turn your app off, if that rider cancels and agrees with a deal with you, that's a private deal between you two. It has nothing to do with the app. The app can't say nothing about that. This is the Sherman Antitrust. They cannot tell you you don't have a right to not cancel. If you accept that ride, Jeff, you got to take it. I may take it, but I may not take it for what you're offering. I mean, your rate has to be competitive with what they're willing to pay me too. This is a competitive wage agreement. If this rider says, Jeff, I'll give you 50, and Uber says, Jeff, I'll give you 19, what am I going to fucking take? You say, which one is that? Backpacks full of whatever. Yeah, so what do you think I'm going to take? If somebody offers me 50 and somebody's offering me $14, $15, am I going to, like I said, what am I going to take? I'm going to be like, I'm going for wage. I'm not sitting there trying to keep my AR. I want my AR to be higher. I need my AR up there. Nope. I'm out. Oh yeah, so you have to be careful with these same people call you pretending to support just to steal your login information to use or sell your account. Oh yeah. And that's the thing. Anytime anybody's ever called me on the app, anytime anybody's called me, even I think I took a call one time with you guys. I'm not even sure if I did, but when people call me, people say, hey, this is such and such. Am I speaking to Jeff? I'm like, yeah. Hey, Jeff, we just need to verify the last 4 of your social. I'll be like, who the fuck is this? I'm like, how are you going to call me and ask me, you say my name is Jeff and can I verify my last 4 of my social? I'm like, I don't know you. It's like, you just called my phone. I have no idea who you are. Well, I need to verify the last 4 of your social. No, you don't. I don't know you. You need to verify. If you don't already know this information, what are you calling me for? Who are you with? What are you doing? And this is exactly how I talk to people on the phone, because when I talk to them, I need them to have it on recording. Do not ever call this guy again, because he will check your ass. He don't care if you're trying to do a job. He think you're trying to scam him. He's going to check you right when you call him. You're asking this man for the last 4 of his social. You called him. You don't know this information? Yeah, we'd like to verify who you are. Why would I give you the last 4 of my social? What if you don't know it? I could just make up 4 fake numbers. And if you said, okay, then I know at the moment, okay, you're scamming me because I just gave you the last 4 of my social and that ain't even the last 4 of my social. But if you know the last 4 of my social, then you tell me what it is. Jeff, is this the last 4 of your social? No. Okay, well, we got the wrong Jeff. Then hang up and go. Because I'm not going to write it down because I don't know what you even calling me for. Well, I'm going to write down 4 random numbers for. If you don't know me, don't call me. Just like your driver Ken said, don't do it. If somebody calling you, giving you information, don't do it. Big on Kev said, people that don't accept the status quo always looking for more ways to market themselves. The ones who aren't going hungry. Yeah, real shit, Kev. Hold up for a second, Kev. Wait a minute. I totally forgot about you, brother. Hold up for a second. I'm gonna see if you're out there. Bam. I just put the link in there, man. I just dropped the link for you right there. There's the link right there for you, brother. Yeah, they try to get me to cancel a trip, then verify my driver information so they can steal my account. Man, exactly. That's garbage. That's straight garbage. Straight garbage. Man. Yeah, but I tell people all the time, what up, Merlin? If we're gonna really do this as contractors and they don't want to make us employees, I'm totally fine with that. But you have to treat yourself like a contractor, understand contractor law, understand that you're not bound or confined to anything they tell you, because they're not bound or confined to anything they've even told you. When they tell you, you get 100% of your tips and they steal your tips. So wait a minute, you're not even bound by what you told me. And you got channels telling you, hey man, you got to abide by the TOS. I'm like, they don't even abide by the TOS. Why don't you call them? Call them and ask them. Nuh-uh. Oh, I heard that, man. I heard that. True or false? I heard that someone got popped at the airport with a scanner. I heard that too, man. I heard that too. They caught somebody with one of those scanners at the airport. Going to prison. Caught somebody. Man. Oh, yeah. We know Hertz is getting people. Hertz, they're getting people. What they'll do is they'll sit up there and have your account, and they already got your banking information, and they'll just start withdrawing money, start pulling money out. And I'm like, what, they hit you for another? Yeah, hit me for another 471, and I don't even got the car no more, man. And you can't even get the money back. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh yeah, everything that gets associated with Uber gets corrupted. Yeah, they got rid. They got rid of the CEO of Hertz. They got rid of him. Man. This is, man, real shit. Hey, getting Superman clean across the damn, you 100 real talk. Hey, man, this is what we do around here. And I know Uber and Lyft don't like it, but we're not here for Uber and Lyft to like. There's people that I've done business with, corporations that we've done mergers and partnerships, and everybody's not gotten along. It's not about getting along with each other. We don't like each other, but we've got to make sure that the deal works for both of us. That's it. Just make sure the deal works for both of us. I don't have to like you. People say, oh man, you know what? You and Uber, if Uber don't like you and you don't, I ain't worried about them liking me. Just treat me fair. Treat me fair. If you can't treat me fair, then don't expect me to treat you fairly back. I'm going to do some things that you may not like. You steal my tips. You steal my fare. You arbitrarily cut into my fare, knowing you're charging somebody $198 trying to get $58. You're doing that to me. You don't think I'm going to start converting rides? You're not treating me fairly. Therefore, the negotiations is up. And that's just real life. That's real life. You're not always going to like everybody, and it's okay. I tell people that shit all the time. It's okay. I mean, there's 7 billion people on this planet. I know a very small fraction of them. I know a very small fraction. Imagine if I knew all 7 billion. Do you really think I would like 7 billion people? Highly doubt it. So even with the small fraction of people I do know, I don't even like all of them. And it ain't got shit to do with race, sexuality, nationality. Ain't got none of that. I just don't like people sometimes for whatever reason. And people don't like me because, for one, I'm not controllable. So they don't like that. A lot of people like somebody that's controllable. They like people that's predictable because they say, well, Jeff, we would ask you, but, you be saying this and you be saying that. I'm like, yeah, I do. Well, that's what we don't want. Cool, no problem. That shit don't bother me. But they want it to bother me. They want me to be like, well, why not? Because that's what they're used to. They're used to people wanting to deal with them in that capacity. I tell motherfuckers, when I wake up, you know what I want? All I want is some breakfast. That's it. If I don't have breakfast when I wake up, if I don't cook breakfast when I wake up, I'm going to have a bad day because I haven't eaten. And hunger is like the worst. You don't want to be trying to function with low energy and hunger at the same time. You got low energy because you didn't eat, and then you hungry on top of that. It's a bad way. So whatever you're talking about, I don't even care about until after I eat breakfast. That's just what it is. Well, man, if you don't get here now, you ain't going to. So, and they're mad because they can't control you. Because you already got your life already processed. My car stay clean. Jeff, I'm going to clean my car. Well, we need you here at this time. I got to clean my car first. If you're not letting me clean my car, let me do my thing. You know what? I'm probably not the person you want to fuck with because I'm doing something. My man, Big Orange Kev's in the building. What's good, brother? What's good?
Hey, what's up? How's it going? Is this sounding okay? I just got a new phone myself.
Oh yeah. Sounds good. I like the lighting, man. What kind of phone you got? That's a high pixel phone.
I got an S24 Ultra.
Oh, that was the expensive one they were trying to stick me with. Yeah, I was at AT&T. They was trying to get me one of those.
Hang on, I'm gonna leave it and I'll come back if that's all right.
That's cool. What you got? All right. He's gonna leave and come back. Yeah, if you steal from me, I'm gonna steal from exactly. And that's how it works, Daytona. If you get from me, I'm gonna get from you, man. It's best to have an account like Chime away from your regular personal bank account to work when rideshare when renting. True, Scott. Hey, listen to what Scott. It's best to have an account like Chime from your regular personal account to work in rideshare when you do renting. Anybody out there who's interested in getting in rideshare, get an account away, especially when you're renting. Do not give them your bank account information. Get something you can instantly close and reopen a new one. Banks usually are hard to deal with. I don't give my banking information to nobody. Nobody. I got a few things that I do that's on auto pay. Don't give it to nobody. Are you? Does it sound better?
There we go.
What happened? What happened? You had it.
Man, this thing is still screwing up. But anyway, just wanted to drop in real quick and say, you know, like I said, I had we kind of talked in the chat earlier. I got took a couple to an airport for $10 on Lyft on Friday, and then I gave them a business card. They told me, hey, I'm coming back Sunday night. You be able to do it for us? I said, yeah, I'll do it for $20 because you probably paid about 25. They're like, okay. I said, well, just text me when you leave Orlando, and I'll track your flight. Don't worry about it. You don't have to communicate anything to me. I'll just communicate. Just let me know when you're off the plane, and I'll meet you right outside of door 1. And then we got there, and you know everything went as normal.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend, as soon as we got in the car, I said, well, how does it feel to be walking out and your ride's right here and you're not like the rest of these 50 people here that are waiting for a ride to show up?
Exactly. That's what it is, man. It makes you feel VIP. Real shit. It makes you feel VIP. And that's, you know, I like that with a lot of my people too. When I'm picking them up from a restaurant or something like that, pull up, the car's already clean. I mean, when I roll up, I could be probably about 400 meters away from them. My seatbelt's already off. I take my seatbelt off before I even get to them, because when I get there, hit the unlock button, I'm jumping out the car, I'm already opening the back door. I mean, I don't get there, put the car in park, take the seatbelt off. Everything, by the time I come up, all I got to do is throw the car in park and open the door, because I've already tapped my seatbelts off already. I've hit the unlock button, so all doors are unlocked. Put it in park. I see my people right here. I open the doors. Everybody's climbing in. I mean, it's quick. It's quick.
Oh yeah.
If my people ain't out there, then I'm like, I'm not locking my doors and shit till I see them. When I see them, everything's out. I'm good. I'm like, okay, my people are outside. Got them. But and this is like, it's VIP service, man. Like I said, we do ride service. We don't do ride share.
Oh
There's the ride share drivers. I think you know they are the $15 an hour, $20 an hour. They want 32 an hour. We're pushing. We're
definitely,
really pushing.
You were definitely providing a service.
Yeah, and we know it. We know it.
You know, like I said with that super chat I did there too. When you talk about, you know, I'm always in the room, and I'm going to be doing that this Saturday coming up with a live stream. So we always talk about that is don't settle for the status quo. Always be. I mean, if you look at Marcel, he's got those baggage claim or the baggage tags, you know, with your card that you can put in them. You know, I mean, that's something. Hey, nobody told you about that on Uber and Lyft. Nobody told you, hey man, that's a good idea, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, thank God for your channel that teaches people, hey, this is how you can do good with ride service.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to follow me, just be a pigeon.
That's it. That's it. And I think next week what we're gonna do, because Kev will be live streaming next week from inside the hum room. So Kev's gonna be in the hum room, and I'm going to be outside probably live streaming. So what I'll do is while you're live streaming on yours, I'll live stream mine, and I'll attach your live to mine. And like I said, so make sure you got your channel name, all that stuff. But if you want, like I said, Robin, I think Robin's out there. Can you add Kev's channel name in the chat real quick? Add his channel name, add his, so if people want to just subscribe him, and make sure that you put notifications, because like I said, he'll be inside of the room. So when he's inside of the room doing the live stream, I'll be outside. I might run a live, might not, but definitely Kev will be running one next week. Are you gonna have like a stand or something with it? Like, how are you gonna do your live stream? Just hold the phone in your hand for 3 hours.
You know, you got my channel. If you see a channel that has a guy with a freaking Ram helmet on,
Yep,
standing in front of
it's like a red is
watch out
orange.
for wildlife sign.
Yep. So it's like, yeah, man. Let me say, I started the loopholes of rideshare and created 2 accounts and used 1 account for 100% conversions. Oh yeah. And see, Neil, that's kind of like what I do with my Uber account. My Uber account, they give better rides than Lyft. So, but I think it's easier for me to do conversions on Uber because people really get gouged on Uber. That's the thing. They really get gouged on Uber. Lyft, because I run black a lot of times, and they're upgrading people from lower levels to an upper level. The prices are very low because it'll be somebody like my ride will be 28, but the person only paid $33 because they were like a Lyft. They got upgraded because nobody else was in the area, and I just left mine on black the whole time. But if I drop down to a Lyft, I'll get a Lyft for like $9, but then the person paid like $34. So I'm like, man.
And I'll tell you what, you saw my on your live stream on Saturday. My AR is 1%, dude.
Yeah,
at one time it said
AR.
0.
Yep.
Uber calls me and say, "Hey, yeah, can you drive for 1 ride for us today? You just do 1."
No, Abby, I was saying, see if you can get Bighorn Kev's channel name and put it inside of the chat at the bottom. Just stick it in the chat at the bottom. I had a private client talking on the phone say, Uber, no way, that's for immigrants. I got a guy. Exactly. Uber, that's for immigrants. I got a guy already, man. No. And that's how we need to be, Mr. Hayes, man.
There you go.
We're going to be that rideshare service to where people realize if you want true value for your money, you want to take care of your community, you don't want your money ending up in corporate hands, you've got to have a driver. Have 2 or 3 drivers ready to go at all times, because one driver might be, clear across town. You need to go somewhere. Just call the second guy. Hey, I'm only 10 minutes away. The other guy's 35 minutes away. He's 10. You got a couple of drivers. But that's how we got to be, Mr. Hayes, man. And I'm glad to see more drivers stepping up to the plate and saying, I want to do private. I don't want to just stay on the apps getting $3.04 rides, $4.18 rides, $7. How many rides you got to do that day just to do 1 cash ride? You got to do a ton of rides. You ain't never doing a $4 cash ride. You ain't never doing a $7 cash ride. You're not doing that. You got to, each cash ride you do, starting off at like 25, sometimes 15, 25. You ain't doing, and they're short. All of them are short. I mean, you doing these little, $3-4 rides all day. You can only do like what, definitely 5-6 in an hour. So you're making $15 to $20 an hour doing all of these rides. All these people out of your car for $15, $20, or you could do 1 ride, $50-$60 and you're done. That's it. And you just kick back and you relax. You go sit somewhere, you wipe your car down, clean the seats out, make it ready for the next rider, because you just bought yourself some time. When you do a $60 cash ride and it's only for 15 miles, you don't have to hurry. You're not kicking out rides like a puppy mill. You can relax now. You can kick back. You can, let me go check some text messages. Let me check this. Let me wipe the card out. You bought yourself some time now. The gotta be busy people, those are the ones with the $4 rides. I gotta be busy. $4 ride, $5, ooh, $8 ride, ooh, a $7 ride. Gotta be busy. Shit. Give me a $60 ride. I'm gonna kick back for a while. I'm gonna clean my car up. Say, so the next person that hit me up ain't no fingerprints. It ain't nothing in the floorboards. It ain't nothing in my seats.
I don't think you saw it, but the one guy in the meeting that said there, I've been working 5 hours today and I haven't even made $70. I'm like, damn, dude, that sucked. I worked.
Yeah.
That's like thing. I worked from 4 to 6:30 and I made 90, dude.
And I tell you, I can work I could do like maybe 2 rides and I'm already at $150 to $170 off 2 rides. And I do it every day. I can use the Beamer because a lot of my clients know I run 2 cars. So I tell them all the time, well, I'm in the Beamer right now, and they'll leave the price the same. I like to take the black truck because it just feels a little more up a little bit, and I can sit up in traffic and all that. But even if I'm in the Beamer, they pay me the same amount of money because they know I'm their driver. I'm their guy. I'm always going to do it all the time. And it's like, man, it's just, I can't see working 5-6 hours driving people all over the place and you're sitting on like $80. Like, what? You had all these people in your car and all you got is $80? Like, man, come on. Jamil said, that's the guy that pissed me off. He said, that's the guy that pissed me off. This is drivers, go to your phone settings and turn off the microphone in your Uber Lyft apps settings. Sneaky motherfuckers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Man.
Jamil kind of yanked his chain just a little.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I heard somebody got up and like walked out, or somebody was mad or something like that. Because like I said, the thing about Jamil is he talks about this like it's a business. And you got to understand, a lot of us are corporate guys. We're not, we're one employees. We're all corporate guys. So I'm used to being in boardrooms
Oh
where
yeah, he's passionate.
yeah,
I mean, you
women are
talk about
getting cussed
passion.
out.
Jamil's got the
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah, women are getting cussed out, men are getting cussed out. We're all in the boardrooms. Everybody's just saying, and when you're in the corporate boardroom, there is no sexuality. Like, if you're responsible for a task, you're responsible for it. I'm not going to be easier on you because you're a woman. I might treat you just like everybody else in the room. But I think Jamil, he's the same way. He's not going to go easier on you just because you're a woman. If you can convert the route, if you can do this, if you want to be a better driver, there's steps you got to take. You can't say, well, since you're a woman, we're going to be easier on you. No, it's rough. It's almost harder for a woman in these streets to make money, because especially with a male passenger, a female passenger, they're going to try to underpay the woman as if she doesn't deserve the money. So a woman's got to be more assertive that, hey, I'm worth this $90. Where a guy can say, yeah, $90, and another guy say, okay, 90 is cool. Where if a woman says $90 is 90, oh man, that's kind of steep. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of steep. What about 70? Like, no, 90. Stand your ground. Be a woman. Stand your ground. And it's like, that's what you got to be. Shit. Because a lot of people, man, they don't understand. It's like, in business, you got to just don't worry about your sexuality. You need to worry about the bottom line, the money. And just like when you go to a dealership or to a shop, they always try to play a woman. Oh, you need like $6,000 worth of work. If a guy goes into the shop, oh, it's like $700. It's like why? Because they think women don't know their shit. They're like, no, man. They go and they get locked in there. Yeah, man. But no, I heard about Jamil being pissed off. I heard about that. That shit was funny.
And then my guy from the week before showed up.
Who's that?
You missed that one too. He comes in and, is there anybody from corporate in here? And I said, no, they're busy taking care of some stuff.
I know. Yeah, that guy.
And then he just kind of walked out a little bit. And it was just like, and both of those guys were the guys that are sitting there that expect Hum to feed you rides. And I mean, Hum doesn't feed you rides. They will occasionally. I mean, I had 3 today. I had 3 in a row from the same place that it was down on the 202 in Val Vista, but I was just like, that's not my neighborhood, man. Freaking, I know there's other people down there. I'm not going to take their money. Yeah.
And see, and that's the thing. That guy, I know him from the airport from like 2-3 years ago when the airport was still good. The guy you're talking about says, is there anybody here from corporate? Nobody likes him. And I remember that from the airport. I don't know his name, but everybody says, do not talk to that guy. Because
he's got a hearing problem, so I kind of understand that. Yeah, but it's like, he's the one that was, when I took him out of the room the week before and was trying to talk to him, and then he told me I was talking above his intelligence level. And I'm like, dude, I'm a high school graduate. I'm not I'm not doing fucking accounting 404 here. This is just freaking regular Hum 101.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you. But that dude, he's like, and it's not even about having a problem with hearing. I think he can't read the room well. Like, he's one of those people he just don't have like situational awareness. So a lot of people just won't deal with him because he's still in that infancy stage of understanding these are all adults, they're all grown-ups, everybody's making money, everybody's moving in this direction. And he's still like acting like, this is the high school cafeteria and shit sometimes. It's like he just don't have that situational awareness. Because I tell people, man, there's a reason why the engineers and the apps and all these people don't want to pay drivers $100,000 a year like they think they worth. Like I said, they'll put $100,000 on your 1099, but you're only taking home like 30, 40,000. The reason why they won't pay us that much money is because there's too many drivers out here who cannot make it in a W-2. They're forced to do rideshare because they're scared to go get a W-2 because they know they ain't gonna make it for one. And in rideshare, they're scared of cancels, scared of deactivations, scared to run their own business. They feel very comfortable being a pigeon with somebody sending them a ride for $7 and them taking it. These apps are not stupid. They know who's on these apps. They know they got illegals and they got pigeons. They know that. So we can't fight the immigrants. We can't fight the pigeons. So what do? We go after the riders. We teach the riders, use drivers like us. That's what our thing is in rideshare. Like I said, you know, the apps are slowly getting rid of the smart drivers. Get rid of us, because we're going to have all the smart riders anyways. All the riders are going to be with us. And the riders are going to be telling people, oh, girl, you just need to get you a driver. My guy, Jeff, you know, he's got a whole team. You should, you know, call him and see if he can get you picked up or whatever. Yeah, because I'm tired of these damn app drivers. Oh, my God, they get lost. They fucking stink. They this and that, blah, blah.
Yeah, I've got a girl. She's a high-end marketing person, as in she deals with corporations, marketing corporations and stuff. And I take her to business dinners and stuff like that. And when I go to pick her up, you know, I always walk in and identify, hey, I'm here. I'll be right out there. But she'll always say, hey, come over. This is my driver, Kevin. You should get to know him, because if you're going to throw an event here on Halloween, he can get you several drivers over here to make sure your people aren't going home drunk.
Yeah.
She goes, and then she's like, Kevin, you got a card? Yep. Boom. There you go.
Yep. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. You got to. And that's how people all things, Greg. I appreciate you, brother Jeff, man. You smart as fuck. It's like, man, I've been corporate for a long time, but it's because you got to understand, you know, corporate raises a lot of us, and they train us to be a certain way, because people want you in corporate because of your mindset. But not only that, they can mold you. They can say, ooh, this guy, Jeff, he's like a little asshole, and we can mold him because, and it's like, that's what they did. They took somebody from the hood. They took a street dude who happened to be smart, and they knew I wasn't scared of shit because I came from the streets. I knew the realities out there. So they took a street dude and they tried to make him corporate. But what they forgot is that I was already who I was before they tried to change me to be something I wasn't. I was not going to do people dirty in corporate just so I can get a title, just so I can be advanced higher, because I will play basketball with everybody. I will be at people's house parties. I'll be this and that. Because I wear a suit, I'm not better than nobody. I'm from the hood like everybody else. So It's like, yeah. So they tried to change me to be something that I wasn't. Like one day I was going to be like, oh yeah, I remember me. I was a little dusty ass kid on the corner. And one day, you know, now I'm corporate. I'm a king sitting on a throne. And I was always in the streets. I was always in the street. Even when I was corporate, I'm at Sunset Park playing basketball all day Saturday with everybody. It was like, dude, you wear suits Monday through Friday, but Saturday shit, from noon all the way to 8 p.m., I'm at the park. I was always like that. And they couldn't take that out of me. And so I think that's why, you know, after they created who I was and they saw that I wasn't going to mold into what they wanted me to be, they kind of started stunting my career a little bit. But I was cool with that because I was always frugal and I was always smart. I had a plan. I already had a plan already because like I said, I was pretty clever on that shit. So I was like, this is what we going to do.
Jeff, I'm going to let you go, my man. Thank you very much for letting me in.
Oh, no problem,
everybody out there, like I said, see you inside the room on Saturday.
Yeah.
We compete with Jeff outside the room.
Man, we'll be there. We'll be there, brother.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
All right, kid. All right, brother.
Y'all take care, and I'll see you guys later.
All right, my man. Get late. Yeah, that's my brother Kev right there, man. And that's what it is. Hey, I'm telling you, Jacqueline, this is what people don't realize is that, especially with these apps out there, they understand who they're dealing with, but they never knew that drivers would come to the point of ingenuity before they started with their driverless cars. We're further ahead than them. Like I said, this channel, we stay ahead of the curve on a lot. We stay ahead of the curve on a lot of things. So the fact that we're already getting private clients, we're already giving people ride service, we're already doing all of these things that they never intended on us to do. None of them ever intended us on being this. They wanted to scare us with cancels and scare us with acceptance rates and scare us with deactivations. But yet we've talked to the community enough. We give them the actual service that they're paying for, the service of getting in somebody's car, driving somewhere safely, getting there, getting treated like, you know, VIP. That's what we provide. The apps were a video game the whole time. And what they want to do is keep people locked in. All these engineers want to keep people locked into the video game world. If they could just keep people locked into the video game long enough to get driverless cars, they wouldn't need drivers. It's a video game. Hey, use your app, summon a car. There's nobody in the car. It's like a video game. Get inside of the car. Oh, this is like a video game. Make the car go to where you want the car to go. Oh, man, this is like a video game. Get out of the car. Make the car play music how you want to play. And that's what it is. To these engineers, this is all a video game. They do not want people involved in their video game. because we are not NPCs. They want pigeons. They want immigrants. Those are the NPCs that just do everything. They sit there and they go, well, I got to take this ride. I got to take this. I can't cancel. I can't. They don't even think outside of the box of actual doing true rideshare services. They just say, I'll do whatever the apps tell me to do. They're NPCs. So the apps didn't bank on NPCs or people not being NPCs and doing it the way that we do it. They didn't bank on that. They knew the potential was there because they knew that rideshare, like limo services existed. They knew limo services and stuff like that existed. But what they didn't know is that somebody in a basic Nissan Altima, in a basic Camry, in a basic RAV4 could generate and have their own base of clients that were comfortable. Because, I mean, if these people were paying Uber and Lyft for the car anyways, I mean, why not just do it straight to me? Just give me the money straight. I mean, you can go through Uber and you can get a RAV4. So I got a RAV4. Call me up. I'll come pick you up. And you ain't got to pay no $45. Just give me 30. Cool. Uber didn't bank on people waking up that. And just like you said, private rides are consistency, safety for the rider, better value. And it's not likely to do private rides on UberX vehicles. It must be black SUV qualified. Well, see, the thing is, Rico, I don't think you understand what a private ride is. A private ride is not an upgraded ride. An upgraded ride is an upgraded ride. Upgraded ride is like a black Cadillac SUV. That's an upgraded ride. A private ride is a ride that's not on the app. Everybody who's doing it on UberX right now is also doing private rides, because why are people out there paying $95 to leave a concert in an UberX vehicle, paying $95 in an UberX vehicle? The UberX driver is getting $25. When the UberX driver can say, hey, give me $75 and you don't have to pay $90. It's all an UberX vehicle. It becomes a private ride. So private rides and upgraded rides are two different things. So I'm just clarifying, because I think you're starting to think a UberX vehicle can't do private rides. I have a BMW. My BMW 3 Series, go look on the UberX list for BMW. You will see the 3 Series is an UberX vehicle. I've been doing private rides in that since I bought it. So how am I doing private rides in an UberX vehicle? Because you have to realize who you are. You are not an UberX vehicle. None of these are UberX vehicles. UberX classifies them as vehicles. These are Camrys, RAV4s, they're Priuses, they're Explorers, they're, Edges, Ford Edges. These are not UberX vehicles. We're not UberX drivers. We're independent contractors, livery service. When you say, hey, man, you can't do private rides on an UberX vehicle, it makes me think you work for Uber. Ain't nothing in my driveway a UberX vehicle. Ain't nothing in my driveway even an Uber vehicle. Nothing in my driveway is a Lyft vehicle. Lyft can contract with me to use these vehicles, and they got certain tiers that I would put it on. If they say, hey, Jeff, you want to drive? I could drive basic Lyft in my black SUV. That's what the immigrants do. They drive basic Lyft and Lyft XL with black SUVs because they go take it all. They want to take all the rides. What I do is I'll put my shit on like basic Lyft. But when I get to the person, I'm going to upgrade them. In the membership group, I talk about upgrading people. When I cruise up and I say, hey, you know what? I'm going to upgrade you. I got an orange BMW. Guess what? My BMW is this and this and this and this. Guess what Uber and Lyft classify my BMW as? Basic. Is there any upgrade from basic? You might say, is there an upgrade? If you think like a pigeon and you think, hey, your BMW is UberX, Jeff, it doesn't upgrade on Uber. You're right, Jeff. Your BMW is basic on Lyft. It can't upgrade to anything else, Jeff. It's basic on both tiers because it can't upgrade. Did I tell you already? That's not an Uber car. That's not Lyft. That's my fucking car. So I upgrade it in my head. When I show up and they summon an UberX or they summon a basic Lyft, I roll up. I say, actually, I'm going to upgrade you. I got a nice ass Beamer. So even though you got a basic Lyft, I'm going to upgrade you to this BMW 330i, hands-free, everything else. And you might say, but Jeff, on Lyft, it's a Lyft car. It doesn't go no higher than that. I'm not a Lyft driver. I'm telling you, when I upgrade people, it's my service level. It's how I clean my car. It's how I take care of them. I'm upgrading them from what they would get if somebody like a pigeon showed up. So when I show up, I don't care about the tiers. The tiers don't matter. Eric's got an Altima. Eric just told you he was doing an $11 ride and got like $60 for it. He's got an Altima. Ask him what tier his Altima is on. It's on probably Uber X. It's on Lyft Basic. But he doesn't care that his car is not an Uber car or a Lyft car. Lyft will classify his car as that. But he says his car is worth $60. So he's going to do it for $60. Once you start saying, hey, I'm going to do exactly what Uber and Lyft tells me to do. Uber said my car is an Uber X and it's not an upgrade. I don't give a fuck what you call it. I don't care what you call it. It's what I call it. That's my car. This is my service. This is my life. I'm finna upgrade you, dog. That's how I roll, man. And a lot of people out there, they don't understand that you can take a basic car that Uber X will they'll classify it as a Uber X, but you can do $100 ride in that car. But it's a Uber X. To who? To you? You own it. Your name is on the title. Your name is on the registration. If you want $100 for your car, don't call it an Uber X. Call it your car. That's your car. And this is how much you charge for somebody to ride in your car. Don't ever label your shit as an Uber X. It's an Uber X because on the list it says, they used to have my BMW as Lux on Lyft. I still treat it like that. To me, it's still a luxury car. I treat it like a luxury. Oh, man, you know what? I got to charge you less. Lyft downgraded my car, man. It's just basic now. I can't do $50, $60 rides no more, man. I got to do it for $20 now because Lyft told me they don't got Lux no more, so I can only do it for $20. I'm like, 100? How much? 100? Well, Lyft is saying 100 if you want to go from the concert in this car, it's $100. Well, it's a basic Lyft. Shit, not to me, it's not. You can stand here and get you a Prius if you want to. You can stand here and get you a Camry with the bumper falling off. But this car is well taken care of. It's clean. I'm going to get that money. So you've got to understand, man, do not let these apps dictate your level. Your service is your service. When you go out there and allow them to tell you, you are a Uber X driver because we classify your car as Uber X. I'm like, I don't give a shit what you classify me as. Because you would charge somebody $95 for me to show up. You only classify me as Uber X because you want to pay me like Uber X. That's what you're doing it for. Because if you classify me as black, you have to pay me as black. If you classify me as SUV, you got to pay me as SUV. But if you classify me as Uber X, like they knocked all those Lux and Premiers out because you only want to pay me so much. So you classify me as that. I'm not worried about your classification. You just tell me who need a ride. That's all I need you to tell me. When I get there, I'll talk to the person. Hey, how much you pay for this? 62. Funny, because I'm only getting 22. Tell you what, I'll do it for 50. It's fine. Am I a Lyft car? Nope. I'm private at this point. Exactly. You don't have to be a taxi with a special paint. Exactly. You don't have to be a taxi with a special paint job. Exactly. Now, I'm telling you, man, and a lot of people, like I said, just like the Judge Gorsuch said, he said more people every day commit felonies without even knowing it. That's not just average citizens. That's everybody. That's everybody. So when people are making up these laws, when Uber's terms of service is unconstitutional and they're doing things that are unconstitutional, when you violate a law, unconstitutional, what did they tell Uber? We're going to charge you $5,000 per violation and give you up to 90 days in jail per violation. That's what they was telling Uber. And Uber said, we don't care. We're going to still do it anyways. So you got corporations that are also doing crimes and violations and stuff, and they don't even care. They just don't even care. What up, AP? So I tell people like that. I don't care what you classify my shit as. It's based on how I feel for the day. I might say, you know, my car is only going to take one person a day. So I just drive. I might call it an XL and take 5 people. I don't know. It depends on how I feel at the moment. And that's the joy about owning your own business. You're an independent contractor. You own it. Lyft and Uber don't own you. And Lyft and Uber will even tell you, we don't own the car. We own no inventory. They tell you that we're a tech company. We own no inventory. So how is somebody who don't own inventory labeling your car's value and telling you what your car is worth? They just told you they don't own any inventory. So if you don't own inventory, that means I can state the value of my inventory because it's my inventory. Somebody has to own it. If you don't, then I do. Therefore, this is the value of my inventory. Because if you go to any store out there, you tell them, how much is your inventory? Oh, well, cost of goods sold. They call it COGS, COGS, cost of goods sold. COGS is, cost of goods sold is how much you paid for your inventory. Your inventory is what you've got to sell to somebody. Your inventory is what you sell. You've paid for it. Now you have to sell it to get a profit. Our cost of goods sold is how much I paid for that car. Uber and Lyft tells you they don't have any inventory. So they don't have a COGS. They have no cost of goods sold. They just told you we have no inventory. We have no goods to sell. We sell a service. What's the service? You can log on our app and you can find you a ride. That's our service. We don't have any inventory. Guess what? I have inventory. It's a BMW. My other, it's a truck right here. Then I got a Jeep. I got an Audi. I got this. This is all my inventory. If I want to cover a profit, then I need to make sure I clear enough revenue to exceed cost of goods sold. Once I exceed cost of goods sold, other expenses involved, now I'm in the profit region. So I'm not asking Uber and Lyft, just like, you know, when David Risher was over on, when he was over on what rideshare got, what did he say? Oh yeah, when we've got to look at, you know, rider expenses, see what driver expenses are. We need to just see what driver expenses are. No, they didn't give a shit about driver expenses. That was all lip service. They didn't care. He was just saying shit to get off the interview, make it look like he was, yeah, we're on the driver. You need to worry about driver expenses. And because you're the driver, you need to worry about the revenue coming in. If this ride is not paying you the revenue coming in, let the rider know. Hey, listen, I'm getting $11 for this. I do it for 30. Oh, that's a deal. 30? You do it for 30. I do it for 30. Man, hey, he said he'll do this ride for 30, bro. Man, we pay like $49 for this. You really do it for 30? Yeah, I'll do it for 30. Bro saved us $20, man. Cost of goods sold. So if you're going to give me 11, but you're selling a ride for $49 and I'm okay with 30, guess what? 30 covers my cost of goods sold for this trip. I need 30. You think Uber and Lyft's going to say, hey, Jeff, how much do you need for this ride? 30 would be fine. Okay, we're going to contact this guy. Hey, man, the ride is still 49, but they're going to have a lower profit margin on me because I'm asking for 30. The next driver behind me might ask for 22. The pigeon might say 11's fine. My AR is still at 100%. 11's fine. So the pigeons are going to take it at 11. I'm not. I'm not. Nope. Say, oh, I made 1,200 gross this week, 39 online hours on the Uber app, private ride conversions, catering, deliveries. Thank you, Jeff. Hey, there you go. 1,200. Hey, that's how it is, Coffee. That's how it is. You'll have a much easier time making that $1,200. And it's way less stressful. It's way less stressful. And I'm like, man, what's Severa say? Uber doesn't even tell me upfront what I'll make in my state. Severa, you're in the membership group, right? If you're in the membership group, I dropped the video in there today. Look at that video in the membership group. Just look at it. We don't got to talk about it yet. We're going to talk about it in the membership group. Look at that video. Uber ain't got to tell you nothing. Look at that video and you're going to be like, wow. So this is what people are paying. Trust me. And with that, that's how we're going to combat them. We're going to say, we already have enough weapons. We know exactly what's out there, what the market rates are. If we know what the market rates are, now you adjust your rate to be commensurate with what the market rate is and say, I think it's a fair deal. This is a fair deal. Person say, well, it's not a fair deal. I'd rather leave it on the app. Then leave it on the app. Cancel, drive off. And next time, the next driver to come up going to be like, you know what? I want to do it. They're going to be like, I'll leave it on the app. That driver's going to drive off. You lost 2 drivers by saying leave it on the app. Third driver come up, guarantee that person gonna be like, okay, how much you want for this ride? You're gonna get left so many times saying leave it on the app before you start realizing what the game is. The game has changed now. The game has changed. Yeah, that's why I'm staying with Lyft lately, because I know where I'm going and what I'm making. I'm telling you, Severa is like, I'm with either app. It doesn't make. I was with both apps last night because, like I said, Uber finally put all my stuff on there. But even with Uber, like I said, I've been using it, like using the BMW part to find out where all the activity and the actions were. And I was driving a truck there, getting rides out of there. But now that the truck is on there, I know who's looking for comfort, who's looking for Excel, who's looking for upgraded rides. Like last night, like I read earlier today on the live stream, I read when this guy said, hey, man, can you take 7? I said, sure. He said, I'll tip you good. That's what he said in the app. I'll tip you good. I said, all good, all good. Because I knew when I got there, yeah, it was going to be a little different than what he thought. He didn't know who I was. He thought I was a Uber driver. He didn't know who I was. Oh, Severe, she's in there. She's in the membership group. Severe's in there. Severe was one of the OGs. She was one of the first. I remember way back in the Severe. She's always been in the groups. Yeah, but it was cool though. Like, dude, he had no idea who I was. But by the time I left, shit, he was like, man, I'm glad I met you. You got a car. Gave my card and everything right there at the side of the truck, man. He was happy. He was happy. Well, what Endorphin say? Hey, I have a feeling these apps are about to get a rude awakening and lose half their drivers, especially if a bunch get deported. These apps have no idea what's around the corner. Endorphin, I'm telling you, rideshare has changed. The rideshare industry has changed. And these apps are about to get a rude awakening. Rude awakening. They thought they were in control. They created monsters. When they dropped the rates to the floor for drivers and raised the prices for riders, all they did was create a huge table for negotiation for us. They just made it easier for us, because now you got riders saying, why am I paying $60 for a ride, getting, somebody who can't even speak English just because the guy took $13. They paid $60. They'd rather take me that can have a conversation with them for $50. But Uber's not going to pay me $50 just because I speak English. Uber's trying to pay somebody $13. So they're going to send somebody $13 and say, well, he don't really speak that English or whatever, this and that. So all these riders are going to be like, I don't care to go from 60 down to 50 because 50 is the type of ride that I'm really looking for anyways. 50 is he's a driver I can chat with. We can laugh. We can joke about things in life. David Chappelle, whatever the hell we can laugh at. I feel like I got $50 my money's worth. When I pay Uber 60, I don't feel like I'm getting my $60 worth. I feel like I'm just riding on a bus with one person that I can't even speak to, because it's like I'm used to laughing and having, and that's what they want. Because if they can force everybody to use drivers that they can't talk to, you using drivers that you can't speak with, you using drivers, you get used to driving around with people and you're just sitting in the backseat like this. Why not just have a driverless car? You see the setup? That's the setup. We got you driving around all day anyway in a car with immigrants you can't talk to. You feel uncomfortable, huh? It feels uncomfortable to have a driver that you can't talk to, huh? It feels uncomfortable. You want to say something, but you can't say nothing because he ain't going to understand. You ain't going to understand him. It feels uncomfortable. How about we just take the driver out? You want to Waymo? You want to drive in a car with nobody? Yeah, I guess so, because it's better than this shit. This is horrible. Man. And that's the setup. Make them, just like Fauci said, you got to create chaos. So when you sitting there and you're looking at how they're making the industry chaotic, making the industry, riders are protesting, drivers are protesting, everybody's upset, everybody's mad. And they're like, we're working our way into driverless vehicles. We're making drivers and riders not communicate, well, how come a rider ain't showing up? I've been waiting for 30, 40 minutes. Why ain't nobody showing up? Riders are hating drivers are hating riders. Nobody can talk because there's so many immigrants and everything. Guess what? Waymo's coming in, drivers are coming in. They're like, see, we equalized the market. Now people are happy. They don't got to worry about drivers. Yeah, I don't got to worry about talking to people now. I got a car with no driver. I don't worry about nothing now. Yeah. The whole time, drivers like me is like, we need to come in and fight for our community, man. We need to go out there and we need to start getting all these riders off the plantation. Hey, man, you don't want to deal with them people, man. Get off Uber. Say, do communicate them to say, booga, 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 knock, knock, knock. So this is the preparation along the long mile pickups. They want to burn up our cars, so we switch to EV rentals. Oh, yeah. And I've been saying that, man. What they want to do is, because they know we can only go so far with burning these cars up. We don't have enough money to repair them. And so what do they say? Well, we got a rental for you. And we'll just put you right into a rental. You ain't got to go to a shop, pay no $4,000. $7,000, $19,000 to get a new engine. You ain't got to pay that. Just show up at the rental place, let them know you're an Uber driver, give them, your bank account information. You're back to driving today. Now the pigeon got to stay busy. Don't think about the numbers behind it. They drive all week. They pay off the rental. They go, okay, I drove all week. I paid off the rental. I got like $300 left to my name. But I've worked 40, 50 hours. I got $300 left to my name. So you telling me I'm working 40, 50 hours and I'm walking away with $300 to pay my bills with, because I had to pay off the rental, had to put gas in the rental. And now I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, this ain't a good deal, because I still got to pay the note on my car that I got in the shop. And then got to pay to get my car to the shop. It's a poverty cycle. And once you locked in there, you're done. Oh yeah, Dare promised all electric about 2030, gives them 5 years to destroy all of our cars. And that's the thing. Dara said 5 years. I still live on planet Earth. My car is still gonna have gas in it past 5 years. I'm gonna have my own private clients. I'm not worried about Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft are worried about us. Because if we're still functioning, we're still out here making money, we're still taking clients. We've got other apps who are not Uber and Lyft, but actual apps that are allowing us to use our gasoline cars. People who are still allowed to use gasoline cars, they're worried about us. We're not worried about them. Lyft and Uber think they control the narrative. They want to be in control of the narrative. They would love for people, and pigeons really do think they're in the driver's seat. Pigeons be like, oh man, they call my car a Uber X. They call my car a basic Lyft. I treat my shit like premium. If I put premium fuel in it, it's a premium car to me. My BMW uses premium fuel. But Jeff, it's not even a comfort. It's, it's an Uber X. It's a Lyft Basic. We don't have Lux no more. I still use premium fuel. This is a premium car. Sorry. I'm charging the prices that I feel. It's like, man. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. You say, Jeff, go my black Rush Limbaugh. Man. Rush was the first talk show that I ever listened to in my life on AM radio. Him and Jim Rome. When Jim Rome had his show back in the day, I would listen to Jim Rome and I listened to Rush Limbaugh. First 2 talk shows I ever listened to. I had no idea what talk shows were about because I thought everybody turned on the radio and listened to music. I'm like, I grew up listening to music. You turn on the radio. Hey, this is Hot Magic 108. I'm right here with Kid Cudi and your buddy. And that's what I'm used to. But when I started listening to Rush Limbaugh, Jim Rome, the morning show with Jim Rome, I was like, this shit's actually pretty funny. It's like, so I was sitting in the office, listening to Jim Rome, and you hear that little music playing in the beginning, like, oh shit, Jim Rome. Then I listened to Rush Limbaugh. Even before I became a Republican, I would listen to Rush Limbaugh. And I was like, this dude has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. But my mom always said, hey, if you ever want to know what the enemy is doing, listen to him. So I was like, let me listen to Rush Limbaugh. So I listened to Rush Limbaugh. Then after a while, I started thinking, Rush Limbaugh's making a lot of sense. At first, I called him an idiot because you got to realize I grew up in a Democratic neighborhood. I grew up in the hood. I grew up in a Democratic neighborhood. So I thought this dude is an idiot. He's an idiot. After you listen to him, you understand what control is, what power is, power over people is, plantations, programming, economics. He was saying all this shit back in the day. He was like, they're keeping black people poor on purpose just so they can continue winning power. And I was like, man, this is crazy. This is crazy. So once he started making sense and I really started looking into history, digging deeper into history and everything else like that, that's when I was like, now I understand why poverty in the black community is cyclical. We don't want to be poor. Nobody wants to be poor. Nobody wakes up and says, man, I'm black. I want to be poor. Man, I'm black. Man, I'm hood. I want to be poor. I love being poor. Nobody wakes up and says that every day. But there are people that says we need to keep these people under control. We need to keep them poor. And that's how we stay in power. There are people that believe that. The moment we give them too much freedom, and then they got the freedom to think, the freedom to read, the freedom to educate themselves, the freedom to be out there in the world, they're going to realize this is all a game. They're going to realize why we say don't feed the bears at Yosemite Park, because if you feed the bears at Yosemite Park, the bears don't know how to take care of themselves. We got to let the bears be strong. They got to survive. These are fucking bears. They got to survive in the real world. But yet they give us EBT cards to keep us from going to get a job. They give us Section 8 to keep us from going to get a job. They keep us down to a point to where we don't want to go. You keep somebody on a couch long enough, they become a couch potato. They grow on that motherfucker. You keep somebody situated for long enough, that's where they're going to be comfortable at. But you put me in a predicament where I got to figure shit out. Oh, I'm going to figure it. Ingenuity. I'm going to figure it out. Most inventions that were done by black people that were never ever logged, were done out of necessity. Eli Whitney and the cotton gin. A lot of things that the slaves invented, the masters took ownership of, because back then slaves were constituted as property. So they weren't human. So all these inventions that are out there were actually done by slaves they needed to do something. These were people in Africa who they had certain things built a certain way. I mean, they were building pyramids, aqueducts, all kinds of shit. They had the freedom to build. Come to America, you don't have the freedom to build no more. You're not a person anymore. You're property now. So you trap somebody into an area of necessity, into an area of poverty. they're going to become very creative, and they're going to become very inventive, and they're going to invent something. Once you invent that, guess what happens? Somebody's going to want to take credit for that invention, because that invention is pretty clever. It's pretty smart. It can make some money. And what do you think they're going to do with it? They're going to take it, because if you're looked at as property, if you're not looked at as a human and your property, they could just take your possessions. Like, hey, this is my invention now. They take it. It's like, man, say Lyft made me a ride that was 9 miles. It didn't show the passenger compensation or the passenger. I canceled. Oh, yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of that. Oh, yeah, Jim Rome and the clones. Yeah, that's fucked up, James. No seniority, no thank you. They just hit throttle and switch drivers, control what they make, burn our cars out. IRS Secret Service wants to know why so many drivers. And that's the reason why so many people on these apps right now will never go back to a W-2, because for one, they've been out of the workforce too long. Once you've been out of the workforce too long, you've developed a lifestyle that you can't even, your kids are like discombobulated. You can't get your kids to and from events now. You've got them involved in sports and involved in this and that. You've got to restructure your whole day. You got to restructure everything. A lot of people wouldn't want to go back to a W-2. The download lifestyle. Ooh, I could work 12 hours a day and download 200 books. I don't got to wait 2 weeks for a paycheck no more. I could just work 2 days straight and download $300. It's the download lifestyle. So now what we do, as we say, if I was to go back to work again, I need like, this much in benefits. And people, you don't even got to prove yourself to nobody. Everybody that wants to go back to a job, they already have all these requirements before they even get the job. Oh, my job better have this, it better have this, it better have this, it better have this, or I just keep just driving. I'll just keep being a gig worker. I'll just keep just being a gig worker then. But in gig work, what do? They complain, they fight, they argue. They want everything a job has without the job. Oh, I want flexibility. I want to be able to work when I want to work and when I don't want to work, and take off when I want to take off, and don't do this, and I don't need 6 days and this and that. But I want health benefits. I want medical. I want dental. I want vision. I want a retirement plan. I want stocks. I want all this. It's like, you don't want no job. You want entitlements. You want handouts. Because you being a business owner, you have a right to all of that shit if you're willing to work for it and pay for it yourself. Small businesses have their own insurance plan. Small businesses, they have their own investment plan. Small business, you could just open up you an E-Trade account, Robinhood account, and start creating you some investments right there. You have all your retirement shit right in front of you. We got the internet. You can do whatever you want to do. But so many people are not that intelligent. And they will want another company to provide all of this stuff for them because they don't want to do it themselves. These are W-2 brain people who are used to working at a W-2. When I walk in, HR does all my stuff. HR does this for me. HR does that for me, and I don't do nothing. You are an independent business now. You have to do all that yourself. Oh, I don't know how to do all that. Don't you think Uber and Lyft knows that? Why do you think Uber and Lyft playing the shit out of you? Because they know you don't know how to do all of that. That's why they plan you. That's why you thinking $15 an hour is amazing. We're going for $15 an hour. Yeah. $20 an hour. Yeah. $32 an hour. Yeah. Uber and Lyft, you know how much they're making on each driver? If they're paying you $32 an hour, and let's just say you driving, let's say 30 miles. They're paying you $32 an hour. You're driving 30 miles. So you're making a little over $1 a mile. Let's just say that, little over $1 a mile. For those 30 miles, they're charging anywhere between $4 and $9. So on the low end for those 30, they're charging $120 for that hour, and you're getting 32. They're keeping 90. On the high end at $9 for that 30 miles, they're charging $270. You're getting 30. They're keeping $240. And that's all you get. You don't get no benefits. You don't get shit. You get nothing. So why don't you go out and try to make $100 an hour through converting? Just go make $100 an hour converting. You know what these rides cost. Counter offer people. You know what the apps are offering you. The apps are offering you $14 for this ride. It's going to take 33 minutes. It's going $14. The rider probably paid $37. They're willing to offer you $14. So why don't you just tell the rider, just give me $25-$30. Do that 4 times. If you do that twice, that's $50 an hour at least. So you passed the 32, you're at $50 an hour now, and you ain't even driving that far. But yet, if you can turn around and average more, 80 an hour, 70, 80, 90 an hour. The apps know a lot of these drivers out there, Their W-2 brain. They're used to sitting in HR saying, so what can you do for me? What can you do for me? What can you do for yourself? Every day you get in that car and you hit that start button, you should say, what can I do for myself today? Not what I can do for Lyft, what I can do for Uber. What can I do for Uber today? What kind of challenge can I hit to make sure they get a ton of money? Ooh, I can do 30 rides and get $30. What can I do for Uber today? No. What can you do for yourself today? Sit there and go, man, it's some good money out there in these streets. I know it's some good money out there because people are coming and going and the events are everywhere else. What can I do for myself today in this economy? If it's, let's say, on average, let's say it's $3 million worth of rides today in Phoenix, $3 million worth of rides in Phoenix, 3 million. I can't step on nobody's toes. There's no way I can make $3 million. I'm not even close to that. If I make 300 out of the 3 million on like 3 or 4 rides, I'm good. There's no way any driver can compete with me. No driver out here can compete with me. It's impossible to compete with me. There's $3 million on the table. I'm only getting 300 of it. How can you compete with me? There's still $2,999,900 or $700 out there. You're not competing with me. I only got $300 out of 3 million. We have nothing to do with each other. You're competing against yourself. You're making sure your team eats. You making sure you eat. There is no way I can compete with any driver out here. There's too much money on the table for me to say, man, you taking my money, man. You taking my money. The only thing that I don't think that these drivers out here in these streets know is that we're competing against the apps. And every time you take a shit ride, you're helping the app win against us. Because you just took a $35, somebody paid $35 for it, and you took $11. That ride should have been a cash ride for another driver. If you ain't going to do it, let another driver do it. That's the only part where it's fucking up. You're killing the industry by taking shit rides. Because that rider was willing to pay $35. I could ride up and tell them $25, and they'd be totally fine with that. But the fact that you took $11, you helped Uber more than you helped our community out. You hurt yourself, you hurt the other drivers around you, and you help Uber out more than you helped everybody. I'm not competing with you. I can't compete with you. We're on the same side, but you got to realize we're on the same side. You got to say, why am I taking this ride for 11? Why am I doing this to other drivers? Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I helping Uber defeat us? Why am I helping Uber create an army of vehicles that ain't got no drivers? They don't have people like me with blood. They don't have people like this dude next to me with blood. They creating cars with nobody in a front seat. And I'm helping them do that to all of us. Like I said, I'm not competing with no driver out there. I'm trying to help drivers out there eat. I'm trying to help drivers eat. Because if I help you eat, that means there's people that's going to keep needing rides. They're going to keep trusting the cash ride system. They're going to keep trusting the fact that we can give them business cards. They can call me and I can give them a safe ride. They're going to keep trusting that the more it happens. But when you say, oh, it's only safe on the app, it's not safe off the app, you're helping the app, hurting yourself and hurting every other driver around. You putting yourself out of a job without even realizing you putting yourself, or maybe you do realize you putting yourself out of a job, but you're like, I don't care. I got a W-2. Then why the hell are you driving? That's like me driving down the street, pouring bleach all over your front yard, killing all your grass and saying, well, I don't care if I kill your grass. My grass looks good down the street. I ain't worried about your grass. And that's what you sound. I got a W-2. I don't care about rideshare. Then why are you doing it then? You're killing the industry for people that really want to make a difference in their communities with logistics, getting people to and from, going around doing stuff. You're really killing those people. But it's like, I don't care. I got a real job. I got a W-2. Okay, let somebody pour bleach all in your front yard and kill all your grass. Let you be mad about it. Well, why'd you do that? I don't know. My yard is down the street. I can care less about this guy's yard. I care less. Why don't you go pour bleach in your own yard? Now, I wouldn't want to kill my grass. Fuck that. Just like go do that your W-2. I wouldn't want to kill my W-2. No. But you come into the rideshare industry and you're killing it over here. Like, there's no way we can ever compete with each other because there's way too much money in the streets. The trick is to divvy this money up right amongst the people in the city that want this money. A lot of drivers want this money. A lot of drivers can get this money, but you can't get this money if all this money is being taken through apps and doled out cheaply back to each one of us. Ooh, $100 to Uber. Hey, Jeff, here's $35. $250 to Uber. Here you go. Here's $100. $198 to Uber. Here you go. $58, Jamil. We can't win with that. We're helping the apps price us out of a job. We're helping the apps get rid of us. So you got to stop being a pigeon. You got to say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to convert a ride today. I'm going to do something for myself. I'm going to do something for myself. It's a pretty short ride. I feel safe. I don't need commercial insurance. I think I can drive 10 miles without tolling my shit. I feel pretty safe. 10 miles. I could do it. Nobody's asked you to drive 4,000 miles at once. It's only 10 miles. Do something for yourself. Make that $30. Because you're sitting there saying, man, I'm going to make this $11, $12. Make that $30 real quick. Damn. That felt good. Damn. $30? Damn. So I think Lyft knows I'm listening. They keep on sending me $2 rides. $2.62. I do it. And that's the thing is like, once you do your first couple of cash conversions, trust me, my best days out are always when I go out there and I do my first cash conversion and it goes flawlessly. And it's like, as I'm doing it, like last night, I was converting, man, it was the guy was in the front and the three girls in the back. The girls in the back were smiling from ear to ear. They were smiling from ear. They was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Cause I know Uber ripping you guys off. I've given a driver a tip before and they didn't even give it to him. We sat in the car. I mean, this is the girls in the back. She was smiling from ear to ear when I'm telling this guy $25. She was so happy to see a driver who was alive, a driver that wasn't an NPC, a driver that was aware of what was going on with rideshare. This girl was happy. And I told you, I said, man, I like her. He said, yeah, that's my girlfriend. He says, yeah, that's my girlfriend. I said, I like her, man. She's cool. He said, yeah, that's my girlfriend. And I'm sitting there like, man, she called it out. She was like, yeah, man, I'm glad because they're not paying you guys all your money. They're taking all the money. And we tipped this one guy and they didn't even give him the tip and everything. And we sat there and they never sent the tip. And I was like, wow. She was happy to hear us in the front seat negotiating this ride. She was happy. She was happier than I was. And I'm the one getting the money. She's like, motherfucker, let me give you the money. Here, take the money. Take the money. She was happy to pay me. Shit. And the dude was like, man, and me and him sat in the car and we chatted for a while. Even that when they got out, they was walking and me and him still in the car. We in the truck just chatting, talking about life and everything else, man. Cool ass people like that. Cool people. But that's what the apps are scared of. They're scared of humans connecting with humans. They can't do that with somebody driverless. There ain't nobody in the front seat to talk to. They can't do that. We had a moment, man. We in the car, and then I add him to my Instagram. So I add him to my IG and shit. He was cool like that. And when you start having conversions like that, that's energy right there. That's all energy. That's energy. That ain't got nothing to do with, profit margins and losses and cost of goods. So that's just straight energy going back and forth, front seat, the back seat, passenger seat, driver's seat. That's all energy around. And everybody was loving it. Everybody was loving it. So my next few conversions was easy because I already had the energy at that point. The energy was on my side. I already felt good. And it's bad when sometimes when you get that first ride and you got to cancel and drive off, you kind of feel bad because you really want to help your community. Like Steve Jobs said, you feel kind of passionate. You really want to help your community. So to drive off and leave somebody on the curb, that shit it sucks. It really sucks. To say, man, I'll do it for $45, but I can't do it for $21. I'll do it for $45. Oh, well, I did it for $57 on the app. I'm like, well, I'll say I'll do it for $45. No, I'll just leave it on the app. I'll leave it on the app. All right, cancel. Well, your driver should be here anytime. What? You canceled the ride? Yeah, I told you what I would do it for. The apps are not paying me for it. So a driver is going to show up and they're going to do it for that price. What's up, Mary? My girl, Mary up in the Bronx. What's up? What's up? So I became a YouTube member. She's been in the group off and on. She's been here. She's been out there. But like I tell people, man, it's like these people, they want to take care of us so bad. They want to take care of us so bad. Yeah, it's like when you do your first cash ride, it's like your first hit on fentanyl. You're like, whoa, fucking, was that Red Balls? Is that on that Dave Chappelle? Red Balls, whoa. It's like, man, but that's what it is, man. When you're sitting there and you see exactly how a cash ride can go. And it's usually the good ones. The good ones will teach you how to do better ones. Because like Rideshare Rodeo said the other day, he said I like his pitch. I like Rideshare's Rodeo pitch. And I've been talking about it for the last couple of days because it was good what he said. He said, you know, you get somebody in the car and you say, hey, you know what, my app is glitching. So I gotta shut the app down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to cancel, but I'll do the ride. I'll do it for you for like $30, $35. I'll still do the ride, but my app is glitching bad. I got to turn the damn app off. I got to, you know, close. And they go, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Rideshare Rodeo is giving you guys free game, man. Steve's giving you guys free game. And I like that play. I'm like, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try because I like seeing what works and what don't work. I want to try that just to see if it works. And it might. So I was shocked to discover how a few riders at DFW understand English. All these people use Uber and Lyft apps in different languages, and they'll never convert a ride in a cash one. Nope, they never will. Never will. What's up, Mary? How you doing, lady? What's good? What's good? It's just Uber and Lyft still fares and tips. Yeah, we both had that shirt on today. That was funny. That's funny. We both wore the same shirt on the same day. And no, we didn't call each other. I just woke up and felt like, and I wore that shirt to AT&T, to Walmart. When I'm out in public, I make sure I wear billboards to let people know what's going on in the rideshare industry. Because I want somebody, just like that girl who's in the back seat, I want somebody to go, you know what? They do steal fares and tips because we tipped our driver $20 and he got a $5 tip on the app. Your shirt is right. I want somebody to say that shit. Because when I walk around, I'm promoting truth. I'm promoting truth no matter where I go. And like I said, Mary, she's up in the Bronx. She got the exact same shirt. She was walking around today promoting truth. We're on opposite ends of the country right now. I'm in Arizona. She's way up in New York. She sent me a picture. Says, hey, guess what shirt I'm wearing today? I said, that's funny because I did a video and I was wearing the same shirt. It was like, hey, that's that energy, man. We got to put the truth out. We got to let people know. There's drivers out there that really want to support our communities. We really want to help people out, but it's going to take riders to help. Riders can't just understand. Drivers can't do it alone. The apps are not going to do it. They'll never give us, you know, the pay we deserve. And I told you why. Because there's too many drivers who are doing this shit as a side job, as a slack job, as a I don't need to take a shower job. Every job I've ever done, even when I go to the gym, people used to, when I was dating girls back in the day, they'd be like, why do you shower before you go to the gym? I'm like, because I just can't see walking to a gym funky. I just can't. I'll shower when I go to the gym. I'll shower when I leave the gym. That's just me. When I go work out, I want to have on fresh deodorant. I want to have my balls washed. I want to have my feet clean. I want to have lotion all on my arms. I'm going to walk in smelling like I just got out of the tub because I'm going to be walking past people. I don't want to walk past somebody funky as hell smelling like poison ivy. I'm like, dude, this dude, he stank like a motherfucker. No. So I walk around and I always been like that. My mom, when I used to take girls home from college, my mom used to be like, I'm going to tell you about my son. He's very high maintenance. she used to tell girl, I'm like, man, why would you say that? She said, Jeff, you always been high maintenance. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just clean. I'm clean. You scaring the shit out of these girls, mom. I'm bringing them home from college. Can't let them know I'm trying to date them. I'm bringing you, show you my mom. And the first thing my mom said, hey, I'm just going to warn you right off the bat. He's high maintenance. It's like, the fuck you telling the people? Don't tell people that because I trim a mustache nice or shave my head every few days. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell girls that. That shit's cool. That's not cool. Scaring girls. Like every man needs clean balls. Hey, I'm telling you. And that's what it is, man. You got to go out there and you know, be a type of driver that somebody's going to want to make their private driver. If you haven't showered, you don't got on clean clothes. Your car is kind of dirty. You got fucking newspapers from 1985 in the front seat and shit. You ain't clean your car out in a minute. They may not convert with you. They may say, you know what, it was nice meeting you and everything, but yeah, we're gonna cancel this ride. People do that shit. When they say, you know what, we're dressed nice, we're in a nice car, this and that. This guy rolled up, there's fucking cat hair all in his car. He's had goddamn Jack in the Box cartons in the floorboard and shit. And he was like, yeah, I just got through eating lunch. No, we're going to cancel this ride. We're on our way to dinner and we're dressed kind of nice. You don't want that. And when people pay Uber for those kind of rides, oh, trust me, it's drivers like us love that because they say now they see what's really on these apps. Now they see what they find on these apps now. They get motherfuckers with one windshield wiper. They turn the windshield wiper on and just scratch the whole fucking window. Like, what the fuck, man? You got one windshield wiper. You can't just buy another one. They like $14 a piece, man. Uber don't pay me enough, man. scratching a hole. It's like shit like etching diamonds in fucking glass. That shit like, man, get you some fucking windshield wipers. It's like $14, man. But that's what we do. So yeah, you own Chester Cheeto picking you up. Yeah, exactly. And I tell folks, man, when we see these apps going downhill, the quality of drivers on these apps going downhill fast and fast, we say this is a time when we step in. Uber and Lyft don't want us to step in. They don't want us to talk to somebody, convert somebody, let somebody know, hey, here's my business card. We can do this as a private ride. You coming back to the airport? Tell you what, when you fly back in, text me before you board the plane to make sure that my plate is clean and I can come pick you up when you land. All right, bet, no problem. Like my client today, she texted me, Jeff, don't forget 1 p.m. tomorrow. I got you. I got the doctor at like 8 in the morning. I got her at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So it's like, man, W smell like VO5 shampoo. Exactly. VO5. That's old school shit. And I'm telling you, the apps don't like us talking to riders because they know, the ones that know how much we're worth, we're not going to keep being sold for $3.04. I saw that shit in downtown Scottsdale last night. Anybody who knows downtown Scottsdale is like little Vegas. It's like Vegas, like a miniature Las Vegas, but it's like a burst storm. Vegas is Vegas all day, every day. Vegas is crazy. Vegas is Vegas all day, every day. But when you get that just burst of Vegas, that Scottsdale, it's a burst of Las Vegas at one shot. And it usually happens like Friday night, Saturday night, burst of fucking Vegas. They're sending $3 rides. And this is what the problem is. Let me tell you what the problem is. They got these golf carts. These golf carts drive all over Scottsdale. These little golf, and they seat up to like maybe 7, 8 people. Some of them do. Some seat 4, some seat like 7 or 8 people. These little miniature golf carts. They will take you from bar to bar. Bar to bar is maybe, I don't know, a few blocks. And they'll do it for $25. And people pay this shit. They will get in a golf cart for $25 to go from bar to bar. But yet Uber and Lyft will pay my big ass truck, XL for 0.5 mile, XL, basically $7 a mile, $3.50. I was getting $3.50 half mile XL rides offers all night, half mile. I'm like, take one of these fucking little scooters right here, one of these little golf carts for $25. Because how do you get in a golf cart? The wheels are like this fucking big. They're little baby wheels. They're dirty. They don't wipe them down. They're dusty because they have no doors. They're creaky. They got like LEDs all of them, like a fucking clown car pulling up. You got a beautiful black fucking Escalade, Expeditions, Navigators, Aviators, beautiful cars. And you give these beautiful cars $3.50. But yet you give this fucking clown car golf cart $25. And I'm like, that's why I just keep declining them all. And when I convert people out, my minimum is 25. When I leave Scottsdale, man, my minimum is 25. Because if a golf cart can get 25 to go from block to block, if a golf cart gets 25, I want 25. Because if you tell me my truck is not worth $25, then you ride a golf cart to where you got to get to. Because I'm like, fuck that then. If I'm not worth 25, see if that golf cart will take you for the price you offering. Because I've seen it before. I'll sit on the side of the road. I'll sit on the side of the road, kicking back, relaxing. People drive, hey, man, hey, excuse me. How much for a golf cart ride? They'd be like, hey, $25. Where you guys going? Oh, just wasted grain. Yeah, $25. No, there, we'll walk. See, now, those kind of people I don't want in my car. Because when they said $25 and dude's like, no, we'll walk. I'm sitting right across the street, big ass black SUV. He could have said, hey, man, for 25, we'll ride that for 25. I'd have been like, well, come on, let's go. Shit, if y'all won't ride on that for 25, but you riding this, let's go. I got, man, AC, smells good in here. I'll play some Spotify for you. Let's go. But that's when I'm seeing little golf carts make that much money. And it'd be ladies driving them, guys driving, everybody's driving them little golf carts, making bank. And they're always got people in it. But Uber and Lyft knows these golf carts exist. And Uber and Lyft is probably charging these people $30, $27, $19, but giving us $3. I'm like, man, forget that. No. Yo, what up from San Diego? It's DB. What up, DeAndre, my man? Oh, on vacation. Hey, you should be out there trying to do some cash rides, man. Do a cash ride in San Diego for us. Come on, man. Just try one. Just pull up somewhere. Pull up to a Circle K. Be like, hey, man, you guys need to go somewhere. $15. Do a show us your cash ride game. Yeah, Severe, you know how Severe says, hey, I've been a passenger, so I know how it feels to spend money on a filthy car. It don't feel good. Because it's like you're giving your money to somebody who don't care enough to even clean out your car, clean out their car from whatever previous shit they had done to it. They probably done took the kids to fucking PE class. They done, dropped off some groceries and shit. They done took the dog to and from the vet. And then now they gonna sit up there and drive you around. Well, I got some spare time. Let me pick up some people. No, you don't have spare time. If you got spare time, go clean out your car. Use your spare time to clean out your car. Don't use your spare time to do a bunch of pigeon rides. Well, I got some spare time. Might as well get this $6 ride right here. I got some spare time. Oh, man, $9 for 18 miles. Oh, I got some spare time. No, you don't got spare time. Go clean your car, man. Use the time for that shit. He says, I have too much shit in my rig. Oh, don't worry about it. Just act like one of them pigeons. Just act like you got some spare time. Roll up on somebody and go, hey, man, I just so happen to have some spare time. Don't you guys need a ride? Well, we're actually going to the symphony orchestra. We're just climbing back over my duffel bag and shit. I got a duffel bag in the back and I got some snacks and crackers and cookies and shit. Just push that out the way. I got some spare time. You ain't cleaning out your car? Nah, I'm on vacation. I got a little spare time. Let's ride. Come on, let's go. They be like, damn, DB turned into a pigeon on vacation. I got some spare time. Just climb in. The motherfucker, that was a fishing pole. Shit. Hey, what you got to do with that fishing pole? Say, hang that fishing pole out the window and see if you can pick up some trash. If you pick up some trash, I'll let you have a stop for free. Motherfucker be like in the back seat like, oh, man, I almost had a can, man. Oh, shit, I almost had a can. It's like, man. Well, my girl Robin said, what? Join this level and get a We the 300 sticker for your car. Show the community you care about them. Stay in the fight for independent contractor status. They call us that. We acting like it now. That's right. We the 300. Like I said, we ride around like that, man. When people see us wearing the shirts, wearing the gear, they know, hey, y'all be on YouTube. Yeah, we be on YouTube. Something's in my eye. So yeah, we be on YouTube. Oh man, I'll be seeing y'all channel, man. Like, yeah, we those guys, we those girls. We out there trying to get that money the right way. You want to call me an independent contractor? Guess what? It's a competitive wage market. And with Uber and Lyft not allowing wages to be competed for, nope, we're not doing it like that. What we're going to do is be like, listen, if you're not paying me an adequate wage and this rider says they're willing to give me $35 for it, who am I as an independent contractor to turn down that $35 because you want to give me $13? How stupid do I look? They just told me they'll give me $35. We'll give you $35. Well, shit, I'll take the 35. Let me cancel this ride then. Shit. Yeah, because we gave the app 42. Oh, you did? Yeah, well, they're giving me 13. Oh, we don't know why. That's a big gap. They're paying for our car. They're paying for the service. This technology, these engineers, all these people at these apps, they not worth it, man. They're not worth it. They want to act like they're worth it. They're not worth it. I'm telling you, private rides, baby. That's what we do. Private rides all day. So we got to go out there and fight for it, man. And I'm telling you, man, if you're not fighting for your money this football season, you're broke on your own dime. Everybody this football season, I got a funny feeling because this summer was rugged. Even this whole year, 2024 has been kind of rugged, but we have been planting that seed in everybody's head about cash rides, private rides, making sure everybody's getting their money's worth, not only getting your money's worth, but drivers are getting paid their true value. We've been making sure of that all year long. This football season will be very interesting because I believe the apps are going to implode. If they do not pay drivers what they're worth, they will not see the rev. You thought this quarter was bad. You thought this last earnings call was bad. The next earning call is going to be horrible. It's going to be horrible. They will not be getting all that football stadium money. That football stadium money going right in everybody's pocket. They're going to no football party money. Everybody's going to be setting up catering deals, delivery deals. Everybody going to be doing their own thing. All these earning calls are going to be tanking. Cool, brother. All right, DeAndre, my brother DB. Hey, love you too, brother. Just checking in, about to take the fam out to dinner. Tell everybody I said, what's up? Go out there and catch some sea fish. I don't know what kind of fish they got out there in San Diego, but catch some. Catch a tuna fish or something. I know they got tuna fish in the ocean. Don't catch no octopus, though. Like, man, tell everybody I said, what's up, man? But yeah, but like I said, their next earning call is going to be rugged. Because if a lot of people are out there setting up their own delivery services, whether on a bike, because some people got bikes, got mountain bikes with backpacks with racks on it. They're setting up their own delivery service with no car at all. They're going to restaurants, Chinese restaurants. Hey, man, I do delivery. Anybody in this area, this and that, this is what I deliver to. They might be calling you. Chinese restaurant call you. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, we got 2 order. Go 2 order for ride. Go to my boy. He like 2 mile away. He 2 mile. All right, cool, motherfucker. $10 work. Hey, I'll be down there in a minute. Shit, go get that money. And there's too many motherfuckers scared to make that money. I get that phone call. Man, I gotta take this Chinese rice on my mountain bike. 2 fucking blocks for $10. Yeah, we got 2 order, 2 fly ride, more again. We got 2 egg roll, egg soup. I'm like, cool, motherfucker. I'm on my way. Give me a minute. Shoom. I'm on that damn bike. I'm gonna go get that fucking food. And that's what people are doing. They're going straight to the restaurants saying, hey, man, this is my number. I do delivery. You ain't got to pay the apps, man. Pay me directly. Shit, I'll do it. I got $5, 2 order, $5, 2 order. All right, cool. Where we at? Oh, just we go over to do Jamil. Jamil, he over here. Go get him the flat rice and go get him 2 egg rolls. All right, cool, motherfucker. That's what I'm talking about. Jamil, I'm on the way. I got your egg rolls, man. Mr. Chin said, I got the egg rolls. What up, Steve? Rideshare Rodeo. I was just talking about you earlier, brother. Yeah, man. And that's what it is. And that's the shit, man. That's my brother, Rideshare Rodeo. What up, Steve, my man? And that's what it is, man. You got to be ready to go out there, set up some deliveries, be cool with talking to people, go to like communities where you know people are retired and make you a flyer. Get on the computer, get on your phone, make you up a flyer about delivery and just type it up, have it at Kinko's, print it out real nice and go put it in some retirement community. Go say, hey, you know what? Put it in everybody's mailbox. I do delivery only in this area. I'm just canvassing this area. I don't go out of town. I'm not doing, if you got to go to the store and back this and that, just let me know. I do runs all day. Even if you went out and you only did $80 worth of runs in a day, that's $80, 0 fuel, 0 car note, 0 insurance, straight $80 on a fucking mountain bike, straight $80. You could do that. And this thing, if you did that for 5 days, that's $400 a week you made. $400 using a mountain bike, no gas, no insurance, no car note, no tires, no alternators, no serpentine belts. You're making $400 a week using a mountain bike. 2 order flat ice coming up. Man. Can you please speak on the Sherman Antitrust Act so we can have it ingrained in our brains? I'm gonna have a Sherman Antitrust. I'm gonna have legal mornings. That's what I want to start doing, having legal mornings. Because I got 2 rides tomorrow. So I drop the dock off, then I get to come back. I don't got to be back out again. So I'm gonna have tomorrow morning, at least a 2.5 hour live stream tomorrow morning. Because we're gonna look at Lyft stock, Uber stock. We're gonna go through Sherman Antitrust. I actually got a couple of videos I want to talk about it. What up, Billy Proctor, my man? See, man, these lives of Jeff showing up all throughout the day now, man. Like the variety. You know what? I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, man. I'm gonna really keep it 100 with y'all. I've really been talking to a lot of people, a lot of podcasters out there, and they said if I really want to do this, then I need to sacrifice. I got to make a sacrifice. I got to stay out of that car seat, and I really got to stay on this fucking microphone. And a lot of people probably have realized in the past month, I've done a lot of live streams in the past month, a lot. But that's the direction I'm trying to take this channel in. Not just, talking rideshare, but being your companion while you out working, while you out driving, just being like in your head when you want to convert, want to create something. This is why I'm doing this channel the way I'm doing it now. If I'm going to be the help be a voice of rideshare, then I got to be that voice in your ear. I got to be that voice on your phone. And I got to have enough content dropped, 3-4 hour long live streams, to where even if I'm not online, you can always go back and say, how long did I listen to this one? Oh shit, let me go back and play the rest. And it might be some information embedded in there. Oh man, damn, I'm glad I went back and played this shit. Because man, this is the part I was waiting on right here. This is some cool shit. And I'm dropping a lot of different content within the content. I'm looking at other videos as we do it. We're looking at stocks. We're talking about, motivation. We're doing a lot on one live stream. And some live streams you go to, they have a title and they stick to the script. Here, there's no script. We shoot from the hip, straight from the hip. We just go every time. We just go. And I like the fact that a lot of drivers come in and they're dropping in this knowledge. Like, here you go. If you like shopping, try dumpling, get in with the retirement home, talk to the director first. All of a sudden, instant shopping clients, you're welcome. There you go. If you like shopping, try dumpling, get in with the retirement home. Hey, Steve right there. And I'm going to tell you, Rideshare Rodeo, they drop content all the time over there. This guy's always dropping tips like this on his channel. If you haven't subscribed to Rideshare Rodeo, like I said, a lot of the stuff I talk about is mainly rideshare. Rideshare Rodeo, he covers the entire gig industry, even delivery stuff that I don't really talk about. I don't really know about. I don't talk a lot about it because I don't know a lot about it. But it's like, man, this guy, they have actual, and he talks to actual like owners of companies. Like, I think Deliver That. You just talked to somebody from Deliver That, didn't you? It was something like that. Deliver That. But he had the CEO of Deliver That over there. It was a pretty interesting conversation. I was like, hold up for a second, man. It's like, this dude is talking to people who are actually out there, you know, making an impact in the community. It's kind of like how I had the Hum guy on here, the Chris Kolb, the Hum director on here. Yeah, the CEO of Delivered. Yeah. And I had the CEO of Hum on here, Chris Kolb. And I'm sitting there like, these are important people that are giving up their time to come talk to channels that we don't have massive followings. We don't have, but they want to get in at the grassroots part. They want to get in where everybody's like still small and ready to do this stuff, man. So that's why I like Rideshare Rodeo. He's digging into the grass, man. He's grassroots. He's getting down there, man. Say, people want to hear you, my brother. Life advice, the voice in their head is you. Thank you, Billy, my brother, my brother. He says, yeah, hearing it from someone else helps steer people in the right direction. Oh, yeah. And I believe that, man. Because sometimes when I'm converting, dead serious, I'll be converting rides sometimes. And I doubt myself because I'm just like, it'd be like a bad night. Like, I just don't feel that the truck is running like how I wanted to run or something. Like when my phone was all screwing up, I didn't have my music right. I couldn't get all my apps to open right and everything. It's too much going in one direction. So, you know, just talking to Jamil or talking to somebody else, it'll like talking to Eric, it'll get me sparked up to say, okay, your phone is screwing up. Go out and do a couple of rides anyways. And I'm today I went to AT&T today for my second phone. So now I got my actual phone. This is my actual phone that came today. This is the one I got the other day. So now I have two phones. The old phone that I had now has a new phone number, but this is my regular phone number here, the new phone that they set up today. So I think I'm pretty much 9/10 of the way through. Because I went out last night and I drove and the phone worked perfectly. So, and that was with that phone I just got rid of today. That's one. So sometimes I'm not feeling it, man. And you just sometimes need to hear it from a different direction of Jeff. Just trust yourself. Don't worry about the technology. Don't worry about the phone. Go out and just speak to people, talk to people. Man, I was out closing deals left and right last night. I don't know what I was worried about, man. I was so worried about not feeling professional enough, feeling like I was too all over the place with a phone that I didn't understand yet. Like I couldn't do anything because I'm like, I got this device that I don't know how to use yet. And it's screwing up. I'm moving things here and there. It's too much. Trust your gut, Jeff. Just go out and do the rides, man. Don't worry about the tech. And I'm so glad because I ended up clearing like $200 listening to everybody else tell me, don't worry about the phone issue. Because, dude, I had that last phone for 5 years. That phone was like my kid. That was a kindergartner, man. 5 years is kindergartner. I had a fucking kindergartner. And my phone left. I was like, man, I had a kid. I had a 5-year-old fucking kid. It was my phone. And now I got these two new babies I just got last week. And I'm like changing diapers and shit all over again, man. I'm trying to figure out these fucking phones. I'm like, man, I had a kindergartner. I'm back in diapers again. What the fuck? That's how I treat my phones, man. My phones are my kids. But I'm learning them. I'm learning them though. Because the lady today at the store, she helped me migrate everything over. It's cool how Samsungs talk to each other. I didn't know that shit because I never had two phones. So she was showing me how I didn't have to read. All I had to do was retype a lot of passwords in today. But she was moving stuff from one phone to the other, just sitting them next to each other. I was like, you don't got to hook that shit to a USB cord and like, no, you just sit them next to each other. They do this, they do that. And they're both on Wi-Fi right now. And I was like, but that one don't even got a SIM card in it yet. She was like, it don't need a SIM card. I got it on the store Wi-Fi. It's moving all. I'm like, you motherfuckers at AT&T are pretty clever. This girl flew with that shit. She was like, it only got like 11 minutes. I said, you telling me in 11 minutes, everything on that phone was going to be on that phone in 11 minutes. She was right. These are identical phones. One's an A15, one's an A35, but they're fucking identical. I'm like, even the screens. I'm like, wow, this girl's crazy. But she did it though, man. New phones are like your kids from different moms. Exactly. These are my phones from different moms. I was like, man. So last Saturday, I spilled 44-ounce tea on my phone. Thornton's good old styrofoam cups, boo. Cost my ass $200. Kind of cute, Jeff. We both got new phones and miss our old ones. Exactly. And I paid $200 times two because they was telling me about the other phone. It was like $1,100, $1,200. I was like, you telling me that like that telephone right there, it looks just like these. They all look exactly alike. But they told me like this phone is $200. This phone is $200. But there's a phone that looked just like them. That's $1,200. I'm like, that shit don't make no sense to me. It ain't like a special phone. It looks just like them. And it's a Samsung something like a S40 or something crazy, some big ass number. But I'm like, you telling me for $1,000 more, I can have a phone that look exactly the same. This is I'm poor. Samsung Android 4. Well, see, this is an Android S, the A, because one dude, when I got to the store today, check this shit out. So I get to the store, and the AT&T guy at the store got nerd talk shit about my phones. I'm a new customer. I just lost my A32 that I've had that lasted me 5 years, no problems whatsoever. I just dropped it and it broke the battery thing. That's it. I dropped it. This month, he gonna sit up there to some. Oh yeah, the A series. Oh man, those are the cheap phones. You don't want the A series. Those are the little cheapy phones. Motherfucker, that phone cost me $200. That's not cheap. You got $200 on you, then give me $200 if it's fucking cheap. Give me $200. $200 is like expensive to me. It's like a set of tires. I can get 2 tires for $225. So $200 is a lot of money. So you told me the A series is, oh, that's the cheapies, man. You got to get the S this and the S that. I'm like, no, you trying to upsell me on some shit. I'm about utility. These little $200 phones last me 5 years. I've paid off like fucking cars, houses with a $200 phone. So now I got 2 of them now. So if one breaks, I get the other one. So I'm like, cool. So I'm not going to sit there and let some dude he talking shit about my little A phones. Yeah, A15. Only thing I don't like about the A15 is it don't got screen record, but that's cool. The A35 does. And that's the one that's taking its place. But they both look amazing. The cameras look good. The screens are amazing. I like them. There's some pretty cool little devices. I'm not really a phone person. I'm more of like cars, motorcycles, shit like that. These phones look pretty cool. I like them. They're all right. So it's like, you said, I'm the Android 4. I don't even know what an Android 4 is. Like, I know the iPhone is, though, because I hear that shit all the time. iPhone. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I don't even know what one looks like. If you showed me an iPhone and told me it was an Android or a Samsung, I'd probably think it was, because I don't know the difference. They all look alike to me. They're like the same size. The buttons on the same side. Everything's the same. So it's like, does it text? It's like, if it can text, then yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Roger Rodeo, he's got a video with the founder of Dumplings too. Okay, all right. I see you. Shit. Like I said, Roger Rodeo's over there, man. He's doing some great videos. And these are the people who will talk about the apps. These are the CEOs and the founders who will talk about the apps and let you know exactly what their intentions are, why they created them, stuff like that. I mean, I listen to Steve Jobs and all that shit. So one day these guys might end up being like the next Steve Jobs. Somebody who just saw something they was passionate about, did it. And next thing we're going to be watching their videos like, damn, this is the founder. His name is Joe. He founded Dumplings. Like, yeah. So I switched over. I was going to get the A14 again, but he upgraded me to an A25. And that damn thing won't even play. And that damn thing won't even play Pandora in my car. That's funny shit. So you got a Note 10 Plus 7 years ago, $1,200, had screen record, stylus pen, camera better than any iPhone. Man. Wait, you had that thing? You had that for how much? 7 years ago, $1,200. Damn. See, I had mine 5 years ago, but still, man, screen recorder, stylus pen. I didn't have a stylus pen and all that, but yeah. Mine, I like that little A32 I had, man. That shit was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I like that. But it's like, man, I'm gonna see what these A's do. I'm gonna see what they do. So Jeff, do a collab with the Hustle Addict. I don't know who's the Hustle Addict. Is that Sam or something like that? On my 814 back. What's that? Oh, the A14. You want the A14? See, I got the A15. This is the Samsung A15, but it don't have screen record. The 35 does. The 32 and the 35 does. So it's like, yeah, you gotta, man. you gotta get this, like I said, the A30, because you went up to the, well, you got the Android 4 now, but if you went up to a 35, I think the 35 is more than what I need. It got 6 gigs of RAM. Now the A32, the A15 have 4 gigs of RAM. I open Hum, I open, I run Hum, Lyft, and Uber. And I'm also running Spotify as I'm playing music. But as I'm playing Spotify, I'm also checking my text messages. Text messages, sometimes I got the YouTube Studio open. So YouTube Studio could be open too. With all of that shit running, my 4 gigabytes of RAM will go all the way down to about 500 megabytes. So I'm not at 4 gigs anymore, because some of the gigs are already allocated to the phone. It drops all the way down to 500 megabytes and everything is crawling. Like, it is so, that A15, my A32 is the same way, crawling. This A35 that I got today, they went from 4 gigabytes of RAM to 6 gigabytes. I've never seen my phone say 2 point something of available gigs. I've never seen it say that. I'll clear everything up. It'll say like 1.1 gigs of available space on the old phones. But the moment I open an app, it drops all the way down to like 700 megabytes. The moment you open an app, this is like, oh, fuck. You know it's going to start dragging. This new phone, that shit was like 2.2, and I had everything open. It was at 2.2. I was like, oh, yeah, this thing moves super fast. You click on something, move things around, no lag. So I won't be able to, because sometimes on my old phone, I would try to like open Lyft. I'd have Uber open. You can hear a Lyft ping. So you try to open the Lyft, you hit the little square, and it would lag a little bit, like lag. Then it will finally populate. Once it populates, you hear him try to hit it to catch the ride or whatever. I won't have that problem with this A35. Not at all. This thing is super fast. It's super fast. So I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. But man, we're at 3 hours. This is the second 3-hour live stream I've done in like the past day, maybe. What's today? Sunday? I did one yesterday for about 3 hours. What the hell? Man. See, I have an A32, but I don't receive half of the calls. It's weird. I tried calling the phone and it went to voicemail. That shit's funny. You got voicemail like auto answer. That shit goes straight to voicemail. That's funny shit, man. Yeah, that A32 did, man. I had that phone for 5 years almost, man. That A32 was jamming. That thing jams. But it broke. It's in a box over there right now. The 15 is, it's decent, but I can't wait to, like I said, with this 35, I can't wait to see how it works. I haven't used it for work yet. I had everything open to see how it worked. And I mean, it was super fast. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to make like an extra $20 a day. I'm just kidding. I had to break out 11 Samsung from 4 phones ago. Turn out back all of a sudden. Now connect my Pandora to my Bluetooth in my car. I cuss so much of this new company. I just switched. Yeah, I'll be mad too. But you got to get out of Pandora. I had Pandora forever until I moved to Spotify. It's like a whole nother world. Pandora is cool though. I used Pandora up until Spotify like last year. So I had Pandora from 2019. Even before that, I was using Pandora. But for rideshare, from 2019 all the way up to 2023, I used Pandora. So it was about 4 years I used Pandora. Now that I've been over on Spotify, I don't think I can ever go back to Pandora. It's like 2 different worlds, because I've had Pandora even before I did rideshare. And Pandora was fun. It's great. But it's something about Spotify, just the way they got the app set up. It is like, it's way easy to navigate. You see way more new artists than you've ever seen. Like, I can find new music, new artists, like bam, bam, bam. And it's cool because I'll be riding on people like, hey, man, I found this cool new song. I'll be playing it. Girls in the back like, oh, that's the shit. That's the shit. They be jamming. I'm like, yeah, I just found this. I don't even know who this is. That's cool. I like that song. That's Spotify. Spotify's cool like that. You got to do it. But yeah. No, but I'm going to end up ending this live stream. It's only like 10 o'clock. Damn, it's only 10 o'clock. I'm like, I thought it was going to be like 7. It's 10 o'clock right now. What the fuck time did I start? Yeah, but man, I appreciate you guys being on this live stream. Thank you guys for the super chat. You know, much love on that, because I know I'm really pushing this channel. I'm pushing the drivers. I'm pushing information. And even with this channel, I'm pushing other rideshare channels out there, because we need a variety of information, a variety of viewpoints to make sure we get it right. We cross all bases. We have to cover everything, because one channel is not going to cover every base. If we push all the Discord groups, we get enough channels out there, you're going to find something that's going to help you make it through that day, whether it's through catering, delivery, rideshare, something out there is going to help you make it. And you're going to be like, I need to hear that today. Like a lot of people, Dumpling, Delivered, all of these apps, somebody's going to download those and probably do something. Even though this is mainly a rideshare channel, Rideshare Rodeo comes over, Steve bounces over, and he's talking about Dumpling. He's talking about, Delivered. He's got the actual interviews with the CEOs on his channel. So if you want to know more about that, that's the guy to go to. Sub that channel right there. Play those videos, kind of get an idea. Because even if another driver talks to you, you sound like a more intelligent driver after listening to the CEO's video and after saying, okay, I know exactly what Delivered is. I've heard it directly from the CEO's mouth. So you ain't got to tell me shit. I heard it from the CEO. You talk to the CEO? I know some people. Because Steve, Rideshare Rodeo, and he had it on his channel. A lot of people may not have seen the video. So people might try to tell you some sideways shit, but you already seen the actual CEO say it. So they're lying. You're like, no, man, that ain't how it go. Yeah, it is. They do. I just talked to the CEO the other day. For real? Yeah. On Steve channel. Man. So if you keep going, Jeff, I have to know where to fast forward to. Catch the rest. Everyone going to work now. Be safe. There you go. I'm about to end it, Ms. Abby. I'm about to end it anyways. Say, no, I did just download Spotify because I think I'm a little old school with that Pandora. I got to get hip, cool with these 20-year-olds riding my car. I know, Lindsay. That's the thing. They used to always say shit about my Pandora. I used to love Pandora. I had all my Pandora lists and everything. Last year, they made me switch to Spotify. But I'm glad I did because it seems a little bit different. So I'm like, cool, let's do it. Oh, thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that, brother. Informative show tonight. Strength are in numbers. And that's what we got to do. And we got to let these riders know that because the riders have to be in our number. If the riders are not in our numbers and they stay on the app's numbers, it's not going to be good for us. We've got to migrate them over. And like I tell people, even though somebody may not be one of my personal clients, I may not be able to convert them or something like that, I at least want to warm them up for the next driver because I need these people off the apps. I need them to link with another. Oh, man, you know what? That guy, Jeff, man, he was cool and everything, but, man, he had that little small ass Beamer and that. They might, hey, man, call this guy Anthony. You pick him up and they're like, hey, man, this is what I'm talking about. I told you, man, Anthony was going to do it. There it is, man. We got him off the app. Sometimes it takes teamwork. I might warm him up. You come in, you close the deal the next time you pick him up. And, hey, there you go. But that's how we work, man. That's how we work. I say, Jeff Watts on your side. No BS, all business. Sit down, shut up, and listen. Billy, you wow. We're going to make it a shirt. Mic drop. Sit down, shut up, listen. That's the motto for mic drop. Like, no, we ain't like that, bro. We get in here and fucking laugh. We be cracking up, man. We be cracking up. But no, I appreciate you guys, man. I'm not going to keep this. I'm going to end this live stream. I ain't going to keep it too long. I got some videos I got to work on tomorrow. Plus, I'll be up early. So tomorrow I'll get up early. We're going to try to do a live stream, just kind of looking over the stock trades, seeing how they're going during the daytime. Talk a little more business. Hopefully, get people more inspired to go out there and at least try. Like I said, at least try. Try with a neighbor. A neighbor is using and only do it with, hey, man, if you guys need a ride, you know what I'm saying? I do rideshare. I don't want to just know strangers yet, man. I'm just working on my private client base. Neighbor might say, hey, you know what? Me and my wife, we go out every Friday and we use Uber all the time. We didn't know you was a driver. Next thing you know, you got a private client living like 3 houses down from you. And it's like easy money. Yeah, man, we pay him $40 every time. $40. There you go. $40. You might like, dude, I got one client, $40. But guess what? That's probably gas for the whole weekend. One person just gas you up for the whole weekend, all because you spoke on it and you open your mouth on it. So get out there and get it in, brother. Get out there and get it in, man. All right, Billy, man. Hey, you be easy out there, brother. I'll chat with you too, man. Like I said, I ain't ran into you in a minute. I know you be out there with that big ass Escalade moving through traffic, man. I got to catch up with you one of these days, brother. But hey, y'all be safe out there. Tomorrow, I got 2 airports. I'm going to do a live stream. We're going to catch up tomorrow. This is getting pretty